Kia koto! Welcome to the Hive, Paradise Botany. We're here for the second game of the semi-final series between the West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm. I'm Bartek Evertovsky here with Ian Wanamaker. So Ian, can you give us a rundown of the game yesterday? What were your thoughts on what happened?
Well, thanks Bartek, and thank you to all you watching, and kia ora whanau, welcome. It was a fantastic contest, lots in it, but the Swarm, they went down 4-0 against the West Auckland Admirals. The Admirals really showed up and demonstrated they were here to play. They played a fantastic team game. They fork-checked really hard. They clogged up the neutral zone. Very smooth coming out of their own zone. Chaba played incredible in net, as well did Connor Parr on the other side. Maybe a little bit hard done by with some of the shots that he did face or let in. Early goal, and that led to a little bit of a cascade of errors, I think, and they just really couldn't get anything going. A little bit of discipline problems as well. With penalties and especially in that third period, so the Swarm got some work cut out for them.
Yeah, I think despite the score, Connor did play very well. He made some really clutch saves. I think you remember the save in the last few minutes. He made a big toe save on a breakaway to keep it 4-0 because as you might know, this semi-final series is an aggregate series, aggregate goal count, similar to how they play football in Europe, where they have these sort of series and you count up the goals in total. So it's really important he was able to keep them from getting a 5th goal in that game, Connor.
Oh, yeah, the scoreline could have got way up, absolutely. So we have basically another 60-minute game that will just add on from the score from last night and carry over. So that would mean the Botany Swarm, if they're to win this, they will need to score 5 goals in the next 60 minutes.
That's right, and I believe if they score 4, if it's 4-0 again, but say for Botany, then we'll go to overtime, I believe, is probably the way that this will go. So apparently the Botany Swarm have only beaten the Admirals by 4 goals once in the past decade, and I believe that was last year. So history is working against them, but I think if they come into this game with a good underdog mentality, they have nothing to lose. They just come out here, play hard from the start. They could make a game of this. Oh,
I certainly expect them to make a game of this. They're not going to roll over at all in this semi. They have a lot to fight for. They want to punch that ticket to get to that grand final, playing against the Sky City Stampede down in beautiful Queenstown. So let's get some highlights. Let's have a look at what actually happened yesterday. So we'll view that, and that's roughly 3-4 minutes, and we'll come back to us before the game and puck drop.
Well, here we go. The semi-final in Auckland is officially underway. The Botany Swarm playing home to the West Auckland Admirals, the crosstown rival. And he'll just bat that into the defensive zone of the West Auckland Admirals. As Stroni puts that in for Moses. Rooney's
Great
going hard. Rooney scores! Taylor Rooney. He'll open up the scoring here this evening for the West Auckland Admirals. A 1-0 lead.
Solid breakout here. As you'll see, the puck comes up off the wall to the winger, and he just chips it in behind the Swarm. Little miscommunication there as Moses gets it on the back end, puts it over the defenseman's stick and right to the tape of Rooney. Makes no mistake as Connor Parr down, reaches up and over him. Not going to be happy with that one. That's a 1-0 scoreline to start the semi-final. Here we go.
Here's Vordanov. Plays it over to Simon. He'll get a shot off. Lovely glove
Great
save there.
Save there by Chaba. He could see it all the way. He makes a nice flash of his leather glove. The Swarm just not getting the bodies in front of Chaba to prevent him from seeing that puck. And that's an outside shot, top of the circles area, even with the man advantage.
Henry clears that. He's going to beat Andy Hay to it as well. He's got Sestroni. Here's Sestroni. Can he roll that nicely? Got a shot off as well on the backhand, but looks like Parr just got enough. Here's Hoofnagel. Haven't seen too much of him early in this game. Definitely want to get that guy a little bit more involved. Do the Botany Swarm, I would imagine. Given away cheaply, and they score! Whitson Lee! He'll put the Admirals up 2-0 on a bit of a blunder there from the Botany Swarm, but they don't care.
Firing up the West Auckland fans who are dominating this west side of the building.
Dalmatau couldn't get anything on it as Sestroni tries to find Vespa. Vespa centering past to Henry. He scores! Scott Henry will give the Admirals a 3-0 lead early in the second period.
Wow, in the Hive at Botany's home, the Admirals triple up after receiving a hit in the corner. Vesper still will take that hit because they have a 3-0 lead. Scott Henry making no mistake.
They'll just slow it down, probably give it up to Daig once again. Flynn Hayward-Jones, he shoots, and big save there by Parr, had to be made.
Makes a nice blocker save. You gotta say, I was gonna say, there needs to be a bit of urgency from the Swarm.
Van der Meulen. Centering pass, shot there from Regan, another big save there from Parr, another try on the backhand from Flynn Hayward-Jones.
Exceptional saves by Parr. He had to be real sharp, cutting all the way across. Big saves from him, looking like he needs to stay in there for sure.
Regan finds Van der Meulen, off to Daig, one time, straight into the basket.
So there you go, he answered my question for you there, Bryce.
There you go, Ian.
He is answering the call right now, making some timely, very, very important key saves on this West Auckland Admirals power play. They move that puck around. Not only does he get that one-time shot saved, he also makes the rebound save on the second opportunity.
Nicely kept in by Hufnagel. He'll rip one, but that's put wide. Polozov's there, though. Down low for Marcus McDonald. Couldn't get a backhand shot. Polozov still with it. Houlihan with a shot. Great save
one-time
by
setup.
Chubba.
Polozov, excellent. Good save, too.
No one really chasing onto it as Chubba made an easy blocker save. Easy pad save. And Polozov's hit off the puck there by Regan. Might have been interference, but Polozov comes and puts it on a hit there on Whitson Lee. The puck will come out though. Vesper, nice hit there from Marcus McDonald. Shot there from Fontaine, straight into the glove of Chubba. Admirals on the power play. They've moved the puck. They've kind of stopped going so offensively on the power play at the moment. There's a shot on the near side.
That puck's there and loose in the crease.
Yes, they score!
It looks like that's been put in. What a goal.
It's a goal, all right. That bounced up. And a bit of kerfuffle on the Swarm defenseman to try clear it, but they could not. Looks like Regan's going to be credited for it.
There was definitely a pile of bodies in front of the net. The puck does eventually make its way in front with this bumper shot, and then comes in from the side off the chest protector, and Regan is right there just battling for it. It kind of goes off his body somehow and into the net. Definitely something that you could debate if that is legitimate or not.
I know you can't make a kicking motion to score a goal. Can you make a body motion forwards to score a goal?
Yeah, this is like you're talking about the 99 Brett Hull scoring with the foot in the crease type thing.
Here goes Fontaine, he's pushed on by Chamberlain. Luke Simon with a centering pass to Delmatel. Can he get a shot off? He does. Well saved there by Chubba. He pounces on it and gets the whistle.
Another little bit of back and forth here as players all come together.
It's probably because you got me in the thought of a goalie change, but knowing that Grace Harrison is actually back now. Van der Meulen tries a little toe drag. Nicely hit though there by Simon. A shot from Regan. What a save. Keeps it from being 5-0. Parr with a huge pad save.
That was a
Regan.
big save, and you're going to remember that one hopefully for tomorrow's game.
Don't want to give away another
penalty. Hold the puck in the corner. That's what the Admirals are going to do. Oh, shot in front.
And that's it. That will do it for game one of the semi-finals. The Admirals take a 4-0 victory here at the Hive.
Oh, there you go. Let's get in. We're both excited here, as you can tell. Bartek
Too excited.
We really want to get this game underway. It's a semi-final across Aotearoa, New Zealand. NZIHL action here at the Hive, Botany. What a summary of the game there. You saw that. Lots of goals, lots of hits. 1 for 10 on the power play. The Admirals did actually get on the board with the power play goal. Maybe a controversial goal, that fourth one. We'll talk more of that later, but the shots were dead even on 26, and the penalties absolutely doubled up with 20 minutes in pen to the Swarm and then only 10 to the Admirals. So
yeah, although the shots were even, I think the Admirals did have the better chances. They were able to create some really high quality chances and put a lot of them away. So Connor had to be sharp to keep that score only 4-0.
Yeah.
And Chubba was, of course, solid for the Admirals getting that shot out.
And Rooney starting the scoring off, and then Winston Lee with that great shot in that top corner after the giveaway from behind the net. So yeah, as you see on screen, folks, this is just a bit of an explanation as to how this aggregate score works. So as you can see, if there is a draw, but there wasn't, it was a 4-0. If at the end of this 60 minutes of play in the second half of the other part of it, of the 120, if I've got this right, then that game's over. But if it's tied, we go to extra time, overtime. How long? 5 minutes. And then we have a shootout if that does not solve it. We don't want to see, I don't know. Up to you. Let's see here in the comments. What do you want to see here this evening? Because either way, we get to call the beautiful action that you get to see. And there's the all-time record, Bartek.
Yeah, so it looks like the Swarm have a slight edge there. Well, maybe more than a slight edge, but of course the Admirals today are coming in with a big lead, 4-0. The Swarm are in a big hole that they need to dig themselves out of today.
So looking at in between the pipes, so the starting goaltenders, Csaba Kirskos-Bagos making the start again for the Admirals, but in net for the Swarm, we have Grace Harrison. A bunch of goose eggs, that's some donuts up there. Nothing. Hope she can keep it to nothing because she's making the start over Connor Parr. What a call by the Swarm coaching staff. What do you think about that one?
I love it. It's a bold call. I think Connor played really well yesterday, and I wouldn't have been surprised to see him get the call again. But the Swarm have rotated their goalies so far this season, are continuing that trend. And Grace is a really good goalie. She played NCAA Division I for St. Lawrence University, set a lot of records down there. NCAA Division I is incredibly high-level hockey. As far as women's hockey goes, it's basically the best hockey you can play other than the PWHL. So that's really cool to see. She has an excellent style. She plays a lot like Jonathan Quick, if you know him from the LA Kings. Is very flexible, very quick. Love to watch her play. So I'm excited to see what she'll be able to do tonight.
Absolutely. So good luck to her and the Botany Swarm. She's getting the starting nod in goal. Then you see the leadership group of the West Auckland Admirals. Quite experienced, as we have mentioned. They'll lean on that.
Sam Moses, we just saw, fed a beautiful sauce pass for that first goal over the sticks right to, I believe, Taylor Rooney, who roofed it over Connor Parr.
What a great backhand. That was perfect sauce to avoid the defender's stick.
Yeah. Backhand sauce and getting to lie flat for his teammate to shovel it in. Beautiful.
So that's Moses' line there with Vesper. And then you got Gunst with Van der Meulen and Chamberlain going through their lineups. Scott Henry, one of the goal scorers yesterday as well, had a beautiful wrist shot goal right from that high slot area.
He is so dangerous there.
He was their MVP, wasn't he, last year? Voted as the team's best player before that group of West Auckland Admirals. And there you go, they look at the defenders. Ben Steven, Luca Aranjus. I'm not sure if he's playing tonight, but then you got Nash Hayward-Jones.
Yeah, Luca has been struggling with a knee injury most of the season. Plays for my team, the Rangers, in Prem as well. Has not had many games recently, so I think he's probably out of the lineup today.
And the coaching staff there with Cam Steven, he said in the interview with Michael Domigan, just going to keep it pretty simple. He had a great message for his team, play the team game that they're after, and hopefully they see that again here tonight. So there's the goaltenders for the Botany Swarm. Rounding out the forwards with March, with Atwell, Vortnov, Fontaine, Polozov. Probably looking to get a little bit more out of those group in that particular combination of players.
Yeah, they'll definitely need some goals out of them tonight.
As there is a few lineup notes, and we have Remy Sandoy. He's back from a suspension, so he is also part of that leadership group of the Botany Swarm, so a very valuable player. And also we have Andre Kozak. I'm not sure.
Welcome. We're joined by Coach Cam Steven for the West Auckland Admirals. Thanks for being here before the game, Cam.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure.
So tell us, last night, the 4-0 win at the Botany Home Ice Arena. Must have left the rink last night feeling pretty confident coming into the second game tonight.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I mean, we knew it was going to be close. We knew it was going to be a hard game. And anytime you can get 4 goals on the Swarm, that's definitely a bonus for us. So really happy taking that into today's game.
And we spoke at the end of the game last night, and you indicated very much the same plan of attack for tonight's game. Is that still the plan? Are we still looking to see the same type of Admirals hockey tonight?
Yeah, Admirals hockey, I mean, always expecting a little bit better, so I'm going to be asking them to do the same thing, but a little bit more, digging deeper, just that hard work, battle, grit, determination, discipline Admirals hockey that got us the 4 goals last night.
Wonderful. Well, thanks very much for your time, Cam. All the best for the game tonight. Have fun out there.
Thank you.
We're joined here by Botany Swarm, number 6 assistant captain as well, Michael Atwell. Thanks for being here, Michael.
You're welcome.
So last night, safe to say, game didn't go the way that the Botany Swarm would have wanted. What do you need to change for tonight's game?
Well, first off, we've got to score some goals. We got none last night, so some goals will be good. That's pretty much the main focus. Play our game and just do what we can.
And so last night, 4 goals down. It's an aggregate series. Coming into tonight, you've got to get those 4 goals back. It's obviously a bit of a challenge there. Does that weigh on the minds of the players as well, do you think?
Not really. The main focus is just get the first goal and then focus on the second and just roll from there. I think if we think too much about having to get 5, we put ourselves under too much pressure. So we'll just get the first one and then just roll from there and play Swarm hockey.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much. Enjoy the game. Best of luck for tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, Fano, let's get back into this. There you go. You've heard it from some of the people that are playing in the game, Michael Atwell, and also one of the coaches, Cam Stephen from the West Auckland Admirals. We are about to puck drop here, and this is the second half of 120 minutes. Semi-finals action, Bartek. NZIHL hockey between both the Auckland clubs, the Botany Swarm and the West Auckland Admirals. Here we go.
Yeah, we have a packed house today. I believe yesterday we had around 900 people here for this game. For yesterday's semi-final game.
Face off, one early by the Swarm, pulls up, he gets it. He battles with Hayward Jones, and Atwell fills him in right away in front of the Admirals bench, saying, how do you do? Pulls up, like a little water bug, just scoots back, kind of button hooks back, gives it over to Sandoy, making a start for the Swarm. Up to Houlihan, he's pressured by Jones. Jones gets it and sends it in. Grace Harrison makes the first touch of the game, puts the Swarm on the back foot. Sends it up the wall to Polazov. His backhand pass is intercepted a little bit by the skate blade of Vandermeulen, but they tag back up. Going back onside. Ollie Hay now sends it up nicely to Atwell. That's given away to the Admirals. Then Dalmatel, he steps in. Good defensive work by the Admirals to turn that over. Puck just out of the reach of Regan. He skates after it. He takes a hit there by Sandoy. Give him a nice little cross-check bump, too, as well, for his truffle and efforts. Puck dumped in, no offside. Fontaine's on that. Mason Kennedy gets it, and he sends it behind the Admirals net. Marcus McDonald, he's met by an Admiral player there, and they try to get out of the zone. Dalmatel trying to get through his man. Taylor Kennedy, he says no. Gives it up to Vesper. Vesper. And now the Swarm send it up off the glass, but it comes right back to the defender, Hufnagel. Bit of back and forth as we go through. Vesper, 2-on-2. He curls up. That's Cistroni. He sends it down. Vesper gets it behind the net. He's pressured right away with the poke check. Has his stick knocked out of his hands too. Swarm chip it up off the sideboard. McLeish is there. He sends it right back in. Bouncing puck.
First save of the season for Grace.
There you go. Well done, Grace. In a semi-final, no less.
What a game to come back. The most important game of the season.
Quick shots, and that kind of hits the side of the net. I'm not sure Chaba was in the RVH position ready to stop that if it did get to him.
Yeah,
Henry's
he had
there.
that sealed up.
McLeish gets it on the backhand. Tries to get up to Henry, but Vortnoff steps in to take it. Hopkinson with a kind of a turning wraparound shot. Thuler holds it in. He sends it back down. Off the Zamboni doors. Players battle for it behind the net. Admirals come away with it. Sam Moses flicks it up the middle to a streaking Winston Lee. He gets a stick on it, and they go right from end to end. Swarm under pressure there. Hopkinson gives it away, takes a hit from Moses. Thuler likes to go back in his zone. Sauces it up, but that hits the glove of one of the Admirals, and the Admirals regroup. Here comes Daig. Admirals captain, he wheels his way in. Nice backhand forehand move. Here goes around that wraparound. Oh, and that's taken away in front. Thuler with a skate to a shot from Jones. Rebound, another shot. Good save by Grace, making the blocker. Quick shot, quick save right away. Admirals showing some pressure early here.
Yeah, Grace looking sharp despite the long layoff.
March comes in with a shot, so that's put aside into the corner by Chaba. He's looking sharp as well. We have got quick end-to-end action already 3 minutes into this game. Nice collision on the sidewall there. Daigle trying to come out with it. That's taken away and sent back down. Oh, that puck comes right out in front. Chaba went to play it in front as well. Backhand, what a play there.
I think Kyle Marsh just lost the handles on that one, but Chaba had it covered.
He had like a pure breakaway almost. There was no defender there. Chaba got saved. And the Admirals come back the other way. Wimmer goes for it in the corner. He sends it up the boards. That's blocked by Kennedy. Mason, he sends it in. Could have been a deflection off of a stick up into the meshing and we will get our first official stoppage of the game, Bartek.
Yeah, it was a little bit cagey to start, but it's good to see both teams getting some chances now after the first few minutes where they're just getting their feet going. So we see there that awkward bounce results in a play, and Kyle March.
He had it.
Yeah.
Face-off winner of the Admirals. Kennedy takes a shot, blockered away by Grace. And that is Houlihan. He sends it up the wall to Polozov. Polozov, he dumps it in. Quick forecheck here. Atwell, he's on the puck first. Sends it in behind the net, looking for Polozov as they go to work in the cycle. Sends it up to the top. Huffnagel with a wrist shot, blockered away, in front, shot, and a goal! Scored! That is Swarm on the board. Houlihan, Johnny on the spot.
Houlihan, once again, he's been excellent for the Swarm this year. Clinical right there, tucking it past Chubba to give his team some life. So we're seeing that on the replay now. Point shot, you see so much traffic in front of Chubba. He has a bit of trouble finding it with all that traffic. And Houlihan gets his stick on it, patient, tucks it up in the top of the netting, past Chubba. And it is 4-1 on aggregate now for the Admirals.
Very true, even though the scoreline up on top says 1-0, that will be officially recorded as still as 4-1. So we got really a 3-goal hockey game, Bartek.
This is exciting. I am excited to see what happens now.
I mean, that's what the Swarm wanted. I guess if you are a Swarm fan, you want them to start early, get that first goal, because that is big, no matter what. The Admirals, let's see if they counterattack, and they do. Vesper, he chips it in. It's a bit of a chip and chase. Pressures Huffnagel. He puts it up the wall up to Kozak, coming in after injury.
I think Kozak is still dealing with a little bit of an injury, but of course, in a semifinal game, he doesn't want to miss it, and he's a very important player for the Swarm.
Yes, I think he's probably got one of the cortisone shots in his shoulder. I think it's rotator cuff, something like that. So he'll play on. Just like Thuler, he's down, pinching in from the point. That's skated away by McLeish. Good defensive play. And the Admirals, they clear up to Henry. 2-on-2 shaping up. Henry goes wide, takes out Dalmatel, cuts the net, backhand off the skate of Vesper, and that's broken up the other way. Hey, that's Andrew. Comes up with it, passes it up to Fontaine.
And Henry comes all the way back to back check, get his stick on Fontaine.
Admirals get that puck back again. Henry, he takes a hit in his efforts all the way across ice to Sestroni, who managed to stay onside. That's good zone entry from the Admirals, going from one end all the way to the other very quickly and putting the Swarm back on their heels. And that may go down for icing. Could be the first one of the game. Yes, maybe. Yeah, it kind of went right in front of the net, right in front of Chubba.
Oh, these boards are lively here, as we've already seen 2 weird bounces off the boards. Seeing that on the replay now, the shot from the point, Chubba with so much traffic in front, having trouble finding it. Houlihan gets a stick on it, right up there, top cheese.
Yeah, it's really hard when the goalie's down and has to slide across when there was no defensive coverage. But
yeah,
the
that's
Swarm
right.
have cashed in, getting a 1-0 early lead here in this second part of the aggregate game. So officially 4-1, even though the scoreline on the clock says 1-0.
Yeah, and I think the coach will be happy to see that. What we saw yesterday, the Swarm weren't getting enough traffic in front of Chubba. He was seeing all those pucks from the point, and you see what a big difference it makes having some bodies in front of the goalie screening them.
So that will not be an icing. That puck was deemed playable, so it's chased down by Janssen. He does well. He's 1-on-3. Still harassing Daig as Daig puts it up off the boards. And that's sent up to Moses. And the Swarm dump it back into the Admiral zone. That's Flynn Hayward-Jones back over to his D partner. That's Daigle. Drop pass down to Jones. Jones up to Moses. Back over to Daigle. They're moving the puck well, the Admirals. Comes in with a wrist shot. Deflected high up into the mesh by McDonald, and we have another stoppage.
Yeah, we'll get another face-off in the Swarm end. Another chance for the Admirals to try and get one back. Seeing a lot of people in the chat. Some Swarm fans, some Admiral fans. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for.
Swarm win the faceoff. They've turned the puck over. Admirals in front, take a shot. That's blocked off a skate. It's still loose. Players battle for it. Puck is still scrambling in front, and they do manage to get it to the side. And Marcus McDonald, quick skating. He comes up and dumps it in. Mason Kennedy, he throws it right up off the wall and clearing that dangerous chance. McDonald over to Huffnagel. He's kind of slashed there by Steven. And March goes back with it, puts it up off the glass. Taylor Kennedy has it. He gets rushed into, but he sends the puck down. Sometimes you got to make a hit, or take a hit to make a play. And Regan with it. Had it for a moment. That went right through kind of everyone. Grace says, "Oh, hold on to that. Get a face-off in our zone and get some line changes."
That's right. Might as well play it safe. And we're seeing now the traditional Grace move in the whistle. She always skates to the face-off dot, back to her net.
Swarm win the face-off here. Thuler, he goes behind the net. Goes over to Andrew Hay. Andy Hay comes up with it. Over to Polozov on the flank. He comes up through the middle. Checked really well by Regan, and they strip the puck, and Vandermeulen has it now. That's given over to Polozov now. He has to go back. Regan's right on him. He steals it away. He gets bumped off. Puck comes out to the Hay for the Swarm, and that's Houlihan. The goal scorer. That's a nice move. Comes in all alone, and he scores! Goal number 2 on an accidental. Houlihan gets number 2 goal for the Botany Swarm.
What a dangle by Houlihan. He absolutely undresses the Admirals defenseman there. I think a replay cut off a little bit. Look at that Selly. He is fired up. 2 goals in this first period, and the team is right back in it. We have a series, 4-2 on aggregate for the Admirals. But we still have more than 2 periods to play, 50 minutes to go.
So the Swarm are responding. It is what the coach would probably have been asking them to do. They got 2 goals scored against them in the first period yesterday. Now they've put up 2 this period, so they are in for a fight here.
That's right. To be fair, it is actually quite difficult as a goalie when a forward misplays it and it ends up through your legs. And we have a penalty coming here.
There's going to be possibly 4 minutes. It looks like Dago might have been cut with a high stick. In contact, you might see it on the replay. The stick gets up a little bit. You don't see it on this particular replay, but there was a collision down in the Admiral zone where Dago got hit, and in that contact, the follow-through from that player hitting him struck him in that facial area, and it looks like it's cut him. We'll double check to see if there's going to be a 4 minute. It looks like 2 minutes at the moment to Fontaine, but they are double checking Daig's lip. If he has drawn blood, it looks like he might have.
Yeah,
the referees are conferring it over with Coach Cam Steven at the moment to see if it was going to be a 4 minute penalty or just 2.
Yeah, the Swarm definitely don't want to be giving away power plays at this point. They have the momentum. They don't want to give the Admirals a chance to get back into this one. They spent a lot of time in the box yesterday. I believe they took 10 penalties in yesterday's game. I think the Admirals only took 4, so they'll need to ramp up their discipline if they want to get back into this series.
So it looks like Daig's okay. He's back out on the ice, and he will also get back out there and quarterback that power play as he does so effectively and well. They win the draw right back to him.
Swarm got away with that one, only a 2-minute penalty.
Daig has it up top. He goes over to the side. Vandermeulen up to Daig. Daig back to Vandermeulen. On that side, right side here on the left shot. Tees up, and he scores! The Admirals right back in this, making it, well, in this case, 2-1, but that will take the scoreline up to a 5-2 as they strike on the power play.
That's right. We can see a lot of traffic in front of Grace. The Admirals also doing a good job taking away her eyes. I don't think she saw the pass coming until a little bit late, was a little bit late getting across because of that screen, and it just came right over her pad, low blocker. It's a really hard save to make, the low blocker, just over the pad.
Especially when there's someone like Regan standing right in front of you, and they had the man advantage, so they cash in. So Admirals making a game of it here, and they're extending their lead with aggregate, making it 3-goal lead now with the scoreline currently showing 2-1 on our scoreboard, but it is 5-2.
That's right. The Swarm need to stay out of the box. They don't want to be letting the Admirals get back into this game.
Well, that just shows to show you how important special teams is. 1 penalty, and that's cost them instantly. Didn't take longer than 15 seconds for them to score.
Yeah, they've had a lot of penalty struggle this season, the Swarms. They need to stay out of the box. Big hit there on the boards.
So they got to keep their emotions in check and get back to business, get back to doing their mahi and get the work done, and stay composed and go to work. So here we are. Admirals, they have the puck. They go behind the net. That's Vesper. He's getting harassed. He gets kind of chopped down from Polozov. No call. That's the epitome of like a lumberjack hack. Well, anyway, we carry on. So Admirals with the puck still inside their zone, trying to clear, and they do. They get past the blue line. Up to Sistrone. He streaks in on that right side, takes a hard shot, and Grace stops that with the chest protector. And the Swarm clear. Rooney, he backs it up to Zach Steven. Over to his D partner, Mason Kennedy. And the Swarm now turned over. They get it. Send it up the wall, and that goes caroming off the boards and just a little bit too out of the reach of Polozov with an icing call.
Yeah, these boards are very lively today. It was coming in on the ice and then just skipped up off the boards into the air. And so the Swarm player wasn't able to make contact with that. And it's going back for an icing in the Swarm end.
Swarm win that faceoff, but it kind of takes a awkward bounce and shot by the winger right onto Grace, and Grace decides to hold on to that one, a bouncing puck.
Just scoops it up. Might as well take the faceoff there.
As both teams make some changes. And Moses gets set to go in the faceoff. He's lining up against
the young Ivan Domitau, I believe.
One of the top point scorers. I think he was the top point scorer for the Swarm during the regular season. That pass just, again, out of the reach of Kozak, and the Swarm have iced the puck twice in a row here.
Yeah, a lot of icings in this period, actually. I think we've seen 4 or 5 now. I think the Swarm are trying to stretch out the Admirals, as we saw in the NHL Finals, where the Florida Panthers were absolutely smothering the Oilers with really aggressive forecheck. The Oilers were able to get back into it by sending one forward high to the other blue line and stretching out the Panthers, and I think maybe that's what the Swarm are trying to do.
If they can clear that zone and the puck gets past the pinching defenders, then they would be in with a chance for sure.
That's right. It does require a lot of skill from those defensemen to stay patient with all that pressure coming at them.
3-on-2 rush shaping up here as Kozak sends it across, and that's to Fontaine. He backhands it back to Kozak. He's on the forehand. Kind of gives it away to McLeish in contact. McLeish skates away with it, and he elects to center. A bit of a reverse hit there on Dalmatel. Strong man that he is. Puts the Swarm back on the back foot. So it's in the Swarm zone going up off the mesh in that battle. And we'll have a momentary break there.
Yeah, another face-off in the Swarm end. They've lost a bit of that momentum from the 2 Houlihan goals. I think the Admirals are bringing more of that pressure now that they've scored that goal to bring them back into this game.
Yeah, the shift is definitely there. Wind is back in the Admirals' sails and a little bit out of the Swarm's pocket. So Van Meulen, here's a turnover. Goes around, he's on the forehand. Does he shoot it? He waits. He looks in front. Pass, oh, just out of the reach of the left-hand shot there from Kunst, and the Swarm come the other way. Fortnov gets hit well there, and Van Meulen comes up the wall to Kunst. Puts a backhand up, gets just out of the zone, and the Swarm player, Richard Hopkinson, tries to get it back in, and that was offside.
Yeah, it won't be rolled as an intentional offside, though. The faceoff will be just outside the Admiral zone, not all the way back in the Swarm end. Both teams changing now for this draw. Seeing Richie Hopkinson lining up against Max Vesper on the draw.
We got 9 minutes 21 in the first period. The score on the clock at the moment is 2 to the Swarm, 1 to the Admirals. Again, on aggregate, that means that the scoreline overall is 5 goals to 2. So that means the Admirals are still ahead, despite what that scoreline does indicate.
Yeah, that's right. The Swarm still have a lot more goals to score if they want to go to the finals in Queenstown.
Dake steps in, takes a hard wrist shot in 1-on-2. And Grace Harrison makes a nice glove save as both captains come together. And
yeah, nice clean catch by Grace. I mean, it's a save you expect her to make, but when you see a goalie making nice clean catches, it means they're dialed in, that they're ready to play, seeing the puck well. So it's good to see from Grace after that really long layoff. She's still in it. She's making those nice clean catches.
And looks like we have a penalty call again to the Botany Swarm. Oliver Hay is going over to the penalty box. For some particular reason,
that.
we have
maybe
not
roughing.
got that.
I don't know what happened there. Bit surprising.
Maybe he might have said something. We'll see what the indication is, but we haven't got the official word. But he has got a 2-minute penalty, setting the Admirals on the power play. Swarm need to be disciplined here. They do not want this getting out of their control this early on in this second very important contest for the semifinals.
Yeah, absolutely. With 2 goals from Houlihan, they were in. They had the momentum, and this has really killed it. These penalties.
Yeah, they were in the driver's seat at that point, but now the Admirals, they have got that, and they're on the power play. Here we go. Kunst, he sends it up to Daigle. Daigle the goal scorer, one of the goal scorers, the goal scorer, I should say, for the Admirals in this game. Van Mueller to Regan. Swaps positions with Hayward Jones. Hayward Jones has it on the wall. Down to Regan, cuts in, shot, and that's well read and stopped by Grace Harrison.
Yeah, Grace sealed that post up very nicely with the RVH.
Puck back and forth now with Daigle and Guy Kunst. And Daigle elects to go down that wing. Cuts into the middle, takes a shot that's deflected into the mesh. Right out over the mesh, actually. Could be a souvenir for a lucky fan. And both teams will make some adjustments to their lineups.
Daigle is looking really good out there on the power play. I love his movement. He's not just staying on the blue line. He feels confident enough to skate in there and attack the Botany Swarm defenders. And it's really important to create that motion on the power play. If you're just passing it back and forth between the defensemen, the other team can stay in their box and block you out, prevent you from getting good chances.
So a minute 10 now left in the penalty to Oliver Hay. And the Swarm send it all the way down now, forcing the Admirals back. Ben Steven, he goes to collect. He stops up in behind the Admirals net. Gives it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain gives it back over to him. That pass was out of the reach, so then Houlihan, that's Hoofnagel. Hoofs it all the way down, 200 feet down to the Admirals zone. Sistrone now gives it over to Chamberlain. He's got to skate for it. Now Vesper collects it. He comes in the zone. Goes wide, goes around the referee as well. Goes behind the net, looking for an option. Passes it down low to McLeish. He goes up top to Sistrone. Takes a hard wrist shot. That was deflected on the way in. Doesn't get to the net though. Admirals still have control of the puck. Caleb Chamberlain up top to Ben Steven. One time by Sistrone, hammers it in. Grace makes a good pad save.
Beauty of a pad save by
And
Grace.
the Swarm clear the rebound on that as well. Admirals forced to go back. They got 10 seconds in this power play. They're going to look to make another rush. Caleb Chamberlain winds it up. Gets past Atwell. Does well. Goes on the back end. Cuts into the net. Passes in right to Andrew Hay. There's no Admiral player there. And now we're back to 5-on-5. Just as I say that, it hits off of the shin pad of Vincenzo Sistrone, and then that goes up into the mesh. So we have a face-off inside the Swarm zone. Back to 5-on-5.
That's right. So the Swarm got away with that one, did not concede a goal on that power play, or the penalty kill rather. And I think they need to get something going towards the end of this period to have some energy going into that second period. They don't want to just sit back and take penalties and have to defend.
Yeah, since those penalties have been called, the Swarm a little bit in the shell at the moment, but they're going to have to press as they are here. Pulls up, pass in front. That's up to the top shot, and that's saved by a rebound there, and that comes again off Chaba. Pulls off, gets stripped of the puck. Kennedy backhands that. That's past Thuler. And Moses is right there. He pressures it, passes in front. What a play. Grace up with a poke check and makes a save. Puck is loose in front, shot. And no, that's cleared away by Thuler, making a block. Very important block. Not out of danger here. Whitson Lee cuts in, shot. And a save there by Grace. Doesn't get through, puck's loose. Players down in front taking multiple shots. Grace elects to kind of maybe move the net off a little bit to relieve some of that pressure.
A little bit of gamesmanship from Grace. Excellent saves by her. A beautiful poke check there. And you see the puck is still trickling after that poke check, and she makes sure to get that pad down and seal the ice, make sure it doesn't get past her. Flurry of good saves by Grace, coming back from injury in her first game of the season. The referee's adjusting the nets now. Unfortunately, the pegs that we use here in New Zealand are not the best. The nets pop off quite easily.
And you might notice this net is actually very, very new. It's a little bit thinner in terms of the thickness of the posts. However, the net is brand new. It's intact and everything. It is not the same as the net that's in behind Chaba at the moment. It's just a newer version.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I saw the pegs were a little bit different on this net as well.
Admirals pressuring again. They win the faceoff for the Swarm. Managed to poke check that puck away. They come back the other way. Now Jones, that's Hayward Jones. Does well to get that back up. Gives it to Regan. He skates in onto it. Sandoy's on his back. Sandoy gives him a shove. He holds onto the puck really well. Now he's pressured by two Swarm players. Still the puck is down in the corner, and Sandoy somehow ends up on top of Regan. And the puck comes away. That's Fontaine. He skates up with it. He's got Damatau to his left. He comes in, tries a toe drag, gets through, shot, and a goal! What a move by Jackson Fontaine, scoring for the Swarm, making it 3-1, and officially 5-3.
Action Jackson with another beautiful goal. Dangles the defenseman right here through the legs. It's in his feet. He kicks it to his stick and shovels it past Chubba. I think Chubba was a little bit deep because he was ready for a pass from Jackson, as Jackson had some support coming in there with him, so he had to play a little bit deeper than he would have if that was a one-on-one chance, giving Jackson the room to kick it to his stick, shovel it past the goaltender. And it is 3-1, as you said, 5-3 on aggregate. Only 2 goals that the Swarm need to tie this series up.
Well, fantastic individual effort there by Fontaine, making some great use of his skill, not needing Dalmatau to his left, and cashes in. So that changes the game here. Henry coming back the other way. He takes a wrist shot, saved by Grace. Had to be sharp on that one. And Sistrone turn around, take another hard shot. That goes through everything. But kept in at the line by McLeish. But that puck gets deflected up off the mesh, and we'll have another stop.
So we'll see that right here, the 2-on-1 developing with Scott Henry coming in, elects to shoot rather than pass. He has an excellent shot. Grace coming out real big, making sure to cut down the angle. And you see her get her stick on that shot. It's really important.
That rebound to the
That's
corner.
right. You definitely want to get your stick on that shot so it doesn't bounce in front. Sit there for another forward to tuck it in.
Almost a little bit of a replica of that last shot. Henry got the receiving winning face-off from Vesper right to Henry. He's lined up to his back right-hand side diagonal and looking to do that once again as we're just under 5 minutes left, 4 minutes 56 in the first period. And overall, it is a 5-3. That puck does not get out. McLeish keeps it in. Wrist shot. That's blocked by Hopkinson. Johnson. He comes up. Nope, that's blocked. Hits off the skates of Henry and into the mesh. A lot of deflections up into the mesh lately. It's the pressure is right away, and that puck gets hit off all sorts of padding, sticks.
Yeah,
skates.
we've seen a lot of deflections, a lot of icings today. Interesting to see, actually, the shots are 13-6 for the Admirals. They're leading in the shots, but down 3-1 in this particular game. So the Swarm have been absolutely clinical with their chances so far in this period.
The Admirals have the puck kind of close in that high slot. Gets a shot towards Grace. She gets a glove on it. And gets it away from a bit of danger there, man. And the Swarm, they clear the zone.
Yeah, those bobbling pucks are a little bit of a trouble to deal with sometimes. So she does well to swat that out of the air.
So Ben Steven gets the puck here, and he's going to wheel it up the wing. Cutting it towards the middle. Very dangerous. He gets his head down a little bit. Thiller, he gets it, passes it up to Wimmer. He can't hold on to it. March has it. Tries to go back to Thuler, but they were going in different directions. 4 minutes left now. That's Quigley. Gets that puck stripped from him. March takes a hit from Ben Steven, gets it up the wall. Puck stuck around neutral zone, but that's Admirals that have it. They're breaking out as a 5-man unit. Taylor Kennedy. Saucer pass across rink. That's broken up by Houlihan. Houlihan, not the guy you want to give the puck away to. Cuts in the middle. Takes a shot high off the glass.
Oh, Chubba doesn't realize where it is.
Puck still in front. Remy sends it in. Now Polozov with it. He can't hold on to it too long. Gets it back. Puts it in front. That's hit out of danger. Polozov with it. He's in behind the net. Backhand up to Sandoy. Sandoy at the line. Shot. That's blocked. And Mason Kennedy, TK, he sends it all the way down, relieving some of the pressure and making some changes. Swarm up the other way. Andy Hay to Polozov. Elects to go to the left side to a streaking Marcus McDonald. Goes on the backhand. Passes in front. Nope, that's stopped by Jones. Hey, that's Daigle now. Puts it up the wall to Whitston Lee. Whitston Lee takes a hit, gets the puck out of the zone. And that puck coming right up in towards the Admirals bench, almost right at Coach Cam Steven. All people, even the fans right beside us here, Bartek, getting out of the way.
Yeah,
Luckily,
I saw a few people flinch there. Yeah. Luckily, the netting stopped the puck before someone got a boo-boo. You can see Jaden on the bench, Jaden Pert backing up for the Admirals. He got hit in the head by a stray puck last season, has elected to wear the mask this season. Very responsible of Jaden.
Yeah, both backup goaltenders on the benches are wearing helmets respectively, so that's pretty smart on their part. Now Huffnagel with a shot at the point. That's blocked by Regan. 2-on-2 shaping up. He cuts in the middle. He's got support coming on the side. Pass in front. Swarm do well on the back check to get that puck out of danger. Now, Admiral still under pressure. Puck in front. Whoa, Grace made a nice poke check to get that puck out of the way. Hayward Jones tries to go over to Daigle, but does not manage to keep it inside the zone. So that means Daigle will have to go back and regroup. 2 minutes in the first period. Score 3-1 officially on this game, but overall 5-3. Favoring the Admirals. Admirals shot from the point. That's blocked and saved by Grace Harrison with the pads.
It's her 15th save on 16 shots in this period. What a period by Grace. After sitting out all season, her first game of the season, in the biggest game of the year, she is up to the challenge.
Absolutely. Some people saying surgeon-like, maybe Grace Anatomy. I don't know, something along those lines.
Oh, I love it.
I can't take credit for that. It's in the chat. Keep it coming.
Whoever said
nice
that
move
in the
there
chat.
by Regan, and he gets taken out at the knees and from the side, so a lot of action there. Sestroni backhands it in. Thuler. Nice backhand, forehand move. Almost a giveaway. Hits off the skates of Sestroni and Andy Hay. Up the wall, looking for a streaking Janssen. Doesn't touch it, so that will be an icing charge against the Botany Swarm. Guess what? Counting time, 1, 2, 3. It's literally 1:23 left in period number 1.
Is that 5 or 6 icings this period for the Swarm? Thuler definitely got away with that one there. That was a pretty reckless pass. Can't be relying on Grace to bail you out every time. They'll need to clean up their play.
Yeah, you can't have defensive zone giveaways against a potent Admirals team. And we have a break there as Janssen tries to get it. It looks like no icing is the call. There was a good foot race between him and the defender.
Yeah, great effort by Janssen to prevent another icing there.
Bit of a knee-on-knee action there as Sebastian Chamberlain got hit by Vortnov. Last minute of play in the first period here. Bit of urgency's picked up in this game. The tempo, you can see it just lefting a little bit here. That's Henry. He takes it on. Nice move here. 2-on-1. Takes a shot. Oh, and it doesn't go anywhere near the net. Maybe a deflection on the defender coming back, getting a stick on it.
Yeah, Scott Henry is definitely not the person that you want in that situation. He has a rocket of a shot.
Shot there by the Swarm. Doesn't get through. Pulls off, follows up the rebound. Gives it down to Ollie Hay. Him and Jones come together. Pulls off. Has it taken away from him, but they do well to get the puck back. Houlihan strong on it. Passes it in front. Open here, and that's taken away. Swarm from the point. Shot. Atwell goes high, hard off the glass. 10 seconds. They're trying to get as many shots in as they can, and real quickly. And that's Sandoy. He takes a long shot from just outside the blue line. Chaba steers that to the corner. And there goes the buzzer. We will have a intermission break. Man, oh man, 4 goals scored in the first period, Bartek. Swarm getting 3 goals, 2 of them from Houlihan. And one by a nifty action, Jackson Fontaine. What a move he had, scoring the 3rd goal for the Swarm, but the Admirals coming back with a goal in the power play from Dago. And that's kind of where we're standing right now.
Yeah, I think the story of this period has to be Grace. She's stood on her head to keep her team in this, making, I think, 15 or 16 saves on 17 shots. Sometimes you face 17 shots in an entire game if you have a good defensive team. So that was a lot of work for her in her first game.
Yeah, she's straight right into the fire, literally.
Oh,
I mean, like you're into the game and then you're facing that amount of shots early. I mean, if you're a goaltender, I mean, you have been a goaltender.
Yes, I still stop pucks on occasion.
Okay,
you have to be a little bit crazy to stop pucks with your face.
Yeah, 100%. But would you prefer to get lots of shots early so you get into the game quickly, or would you rather have a slow start so you warm into the game, especially considering that this is a semifinal must-win situation?
Yeah, I think in some ways when you come back from a long layoff, it's kind of nice getting into a game. You don't really feel as much pressure. There's less expectations, so I think that's helped Grace, and I personally love getting lots of shots to get warmed up. Ideally, you want to stop those shots to get that confidence up, and she has done that, has played excellent.
So in a moment, we're going to have a special guest interview from number 25 from the Admirals. That's Guy Kunst. He's going to be standing alongside Michael Domigan. So we're going to cut over to you, Michael, for an interview. Go ahead.
Welcome. We're joined here by West Auckland Admirals number 25, Guy Kunst. Tell us, Guy, the first period so far, how have you found it from your perspective?
Yeah, we wanted to start like we finished yesterday, and you can see it's a very hard game for us now. We got 2 quick goals against us, and that cannot happen in our game plan. So we have to stick to our game plan, and yeah, you can see we have to step up now and get back to our own game and not play their game.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Guy. We'll let you get back to the team and join you for the second period.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Michael, and cheers for the roaming commentary there, getting into the action, literally right onto the ice surface, and he had to be careful because that Zamboni was coming right around as well, losing his microphone in the process. You're a consummate professional, my friend, so thank you for doing that. And what do you think of Guy's comments there, Bartek, with what he said?
I couldn't hear him very well. I don't know if you were able to hear him, but the two Dutch players have been really good for the Admirals this year, have connected very well. Maybe you could give your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, he said they got stung early with a couple of quick goals, and they have to respond, and they did. That's showing that on the power play they could score, and they took the momentum away from the Swarm a little bit, but Swarm got back up. So stay tuned. We got lots more action coming up. We only have 40 minutes left of the actual playing game, but sometimes with stoppages that can take a lot longer, and it's playoff hockey. One of these two teams will be going to the grand final facing off against the Sky City Stampede. So please stick around. We'll be back soon after this.
Kia ora koutou. Welcome back to this exciting second period of the second game of the semi-final between the West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm. We're here in Paradise Botany, the Hive, and I'm Bartek Evertoski here with Ian Wanamaker. So Ian, that was a really good first period that we saw. So the score is 5-3 on aggregate now for the Admirals. The Swarm have managed to close the gap a little bit. What do you think both teams need to do in this period?
Well, I think if you're Admirals, you'd want to have go back to that defensive structure that you had in that first game, keep the forecheck up, get that zone pressure from your zone all the way through the neutral, get that transition game going, and then put some pressure on Grace, get some bodies in front because Grace was doing well to see the puck and stop it because they did score on the power play, the Admirals, so that's one thing, and then also give Chaba a bit more support. If you're the Swarm, kind of use your individual talent that they did and have. Like Houlihan scored 2 great goals. Fontaine scored an individual effort goal as well. If they use more of their teammates, they're going to end up putting the goals in because they don't have to rely on those skill players all the time. So that would be my 2 cents to start. But here we go. We can have puck drop. Period number 2. Last 40 minutes of this semifinal. Oh, it's not quite ready. Amazing Grace. Not quite ready for action yet. So once the equipment's on the hands and...
Oh, I saw some really good puns involving Grace in the chat. Someone...
Take us to church. No, I just made that one up.
I'm trying to find it in the chat. No, not seeing it. Well, put your Grace buttons in the chat there for us.
There's been a few directed towards Chaba's way as well, so I like it. Both goaltenders receiving lots of attention, and rightfully so. They are backstopping their team. They certainly need them to do so right now. 20 minutes. Here we go. Let's go. Puck drop. Fatwell, he wins that faceoff back to Sandoy. Sandoy goes in behind the net. He does well under pressure. Puts it up to Houlihan. Houlihan loses it in his skates. And Benjamin sends it right down to Grace. Grace places it there for Olihe. Gives it to Sandoy. Sandoy elects to go up to Atwell. Tries to get it chipped into the zone. Doesn't quite get through. Houlihan comes in to help. But Polozov was already in the zone, so he's going to have to touch up. Admirals get it right into the middle. That's Vandermeulen. Didn't like what he saw, so he curls back. He throws it in right on net, too, towards Grace. Grace elects to glove it, play it, and no whistle. The Admirals change. Sandoy with it. On the back end. Over to Ollie Hay. Up to Polozov. Polozov, cross ring to Atwell. Now the Swarm really moving that puck well. They chip it in. Make a couple of changes. Admirals try to clear it. Good step up there by Hufnagel. He comes to hit Regan. Given to Delmatel. Delmatel touches it, and we have a too many. No, it's not too many men. It is a cross-check penalty.
Is it cross-check or high sticking, I think?
Number 10 looks like Polozov. We'll have to have a look here on the replay, see what happens. Might have been out of, oh no, it's a high stick, definitely towards the face area there. As Polozov struck the other player. I couldn't see who it was though, Bartek, in his face area.
I didn't see who he hit, but hopefully they're all right. Hopefully still have all their teeth. It looks like Polozov's stick just rode up the Admiral player's stick into their face.
Oh well, it's Atwell. That was a nice one there too, but it wasn't Atwell that time. That was Polozov. And we are on a power play for the Botany Swarm.
Yeah, that's...
Excuse me, let me say that one more time. A penalty to the Botany Swarm. The Admirals have a power play.
That's right. We haven't seen any power plays for the Swarm so far. They've been frequent visitors to the penalty box in this series.
So that penalty box seat certainly has been staying warm on the side of the Swarm. Anyway, Daigle with a wrist shot from the point. Grace with pressure in front makes a save there.
Regan was eager for a rebound, but Grace was able to hold on. Didn't give him anything to sniff at.
No, and Hufnagel was there too just to try and take away the stick from Regan. So you'll see this shot here. It gets through. Oh no, it looks a little bit late as Hufnagel reacts. He was just watching the shot from the point, not even worrying about the player behind him, which he should be. And Daigle, they get the puck. Admirals winning the faceoff again. Kunst on the left side gives it up to Daigle. He gives it right back to him. Kunst to Daigle. Daigle over to Vandermeulen. Vandermeulen backward skates to the middle. Gives it to the side. Play it down to Regan. Regan with it. Gives up to Hayward Jones. Hayward Jones back up to Daigle. Daigle at the top. To Kunst looking up. Back to Daigle. Daigle looks for a shot. No, he goes it over. Doesn't load up that shot. They do keep the puck in. One of the Swarm players goes down. Hopefully March got his skates sharpened from last game. He went down quite a lot. Kunst. He stops. Drop pass to Daigle. Daigle circles around. To Van der Meulen. He doesn't shoot it. He holds on. Really patient, this power play for the Admirals. Sending it up to Kunst. Kunst goes to the bumper. He takes it. Jones into the middle. Gets a shot there. That's Regan. Broken up. Daigle. Over to Kunst. Kunst into the middle. Backhand shot and a goal! Flynn Hayward Jones cashes in for the Admirals. 3-2, which makes it actually 6-3.
That's right, seeing that on the replay now. Grace loses sight of the puck momentarily. She actually goes the wrong way as Regan is screening her, pushes off the post, realizes where the puck's gone, has to push back, and it looks like it just sneaks under her arm with the backhand from that was Flynn Hayward Jones, I believe.
Yeah,
so
what a great backhand. So on the backhand, you often can't see it. It's a bit disguised, but Grace wasn't able to get across, as you said. And we have got an extended lead for the Admirals. Again, cashing in on the power play.
Yeah, the Swarm need to stay out of the box. A lot of credit to Regan on that power play. He battled really well with Remy Sandow in front of the net, held his position, was able to take away Grace's eyes on a lot of those opportunities the Admirals were looking for.
Swarm come the other way. Houlihan with a break, and he just does really well to get that through. Almost a 1-on-2 situation. But the Admirals do manage to break it up. Holds up. Has it poke checked away from him. He gets it back. Goes over the blue line. Curls up. Passes it across. Atwell just can't handle it. And Taylor Kennedy sends it up. Vesper to chase. He's alone in the Swarm zone. Looking for support. Hayes on his back. Henry goes for it. Passes into the middle. That's the Sterling. Loads up a shot. And Grace with a great blocker save there.
Beautiful blocker save and steers it up into the glass, making sure it doesn't pop into a dangerous area. And
Bit of
what
a
a
giveaway.
giveaway.
Sistroni, 1-on-none. Comes in, shot. Oh, and Grace makes another key save as she's being tested really hard, really often here. And McLeish steps into a slap shot save by Harrison. As Admirals really ramping up this pressure here. Swarm got to get it out of their zone.
Making so many unforced errors, the Swarm, really giving the Admirals opportunities that they shouldn't be doing.
Players definitely frustrated, as you may have heard. So Swarm throw the puck at net, but that's blocked, not getting it through cleanly. And that's sent away. Moses puts it up off the wall, kept in by the Swarm. But the Admirals first to collect in the corner. That's taken away quickly. Dalmatel backhands it over to Kozak. Kozak has it in the Admiral zone. Passes in front. Looks like that was steered away by Chuba. And Whitston Lee stepped in to make a play there, and he got absolutely blindsided before he touched the puck. And that's an interference penalty. And that gets the crowd up on their feet, really ramping this game up as that you can feel it in the building, can't you, Bartek?
Yeah, this building is electric at the moment.
You see it here on the replay.
Yeah, that's right.
So he steps in, doesn't even go for the puck, goes straight to the man. That's to the contact of the head area. That could be grounds for a dismissal or possible game ejection, because the principal point of contact was in the head area, and he didn't even go for the puck. He just went straight for the man. Good to see that Whitston Lee is getting back up, but he is definitely winded.
So I know in U.S. hockey rules, they're slightly different with regards to interference compared to Canadian hockey. So it looks like maybe Josh Whitston Lee did get his stick on it. But as you said, Ryan McDonald was just going for the body, and in U.S. hockey rules, I believe that is a penalty. In Canadian hockey rules, I don't think it is, so a little bit of a difference. Ryan McDonald is Canadian, I believe.
Even still, regardless of nationality, here in New Zealand, we play under the IIHF ruling rulebook, so that that constitutes hit to the head. The could be grounds for suspension.
Yeah, definitely the
hit
hit to
carry
the head.
over next year if they're not playing in the next game.
That's right. Hits to the head, definitely not allowed in either rule set.
Yeah, okay, so the Swarm on the penalty kill again. And the Swarm looking to kill it off here as the Admirals go to work with Kunst. Sends it up to Daigle. Daigle over to Van der Meulen. Wrist shot. Oh, it gets a little bit too high over everything. And it hits off the glass. Daigle keeps it in the zone. Regan tries to hold it. And pressure there. Admirals, they still have the puck here inside the Swarm zone. They pass it up to Daigle. Daigle over to Kunst now. Kunst on that left side, back in the middle to Daigle. Daigle looking to shoot it, makes a shot, and that's right through to Grace Harrison, and she makes a save and holds on. So 1 minute 18 in this power play. to
The
the
Swarm
Admirals.
did better this time to box out Regan, prevent him from getting into Grace's eyes. He's been up and around in Grace's face on all of the power plays, making it really difficult for her to see those shots. They were able to keep him away from that net.
So the Admirals, they've got 24 registered shots to the Swarm's 8. That's kind of hard to believe this point in this period. And that face-off won by the Admirals, kept in the zone, but the Swarm managed to get it and now clear. Fontaine hacks at it. Dago's forced to go back. Pass over to Joe. Sorry, that's Van de Meulen. Flying Dutchman. One of the two Dutchmen on this West Auckland Admirals team. That's Regan. That's Alex Regan with it now. Little left-hand shot. Gives it back to another left-hand shot. Van de Meulen. Regan avoids the check. Passes it down to Van de Meulen. Looking to Kunst. Centers it through a couple of bodies but doesn't manage to connect. Regan. He has it now. Goes in behind the net. Passes it up the wall to Van de Meulen. Over to Daigle. Back to Van de Meulen. They pass it back and forth. Over to Kunst. Kunst into the bumper spot. Howard Jones, where he scored from before. Shot from the side. Blocked by Grace Harrison and sent all the way back down.
Yeah, nice recovery to get over there for Grace. The Admirals' power play has looked really dangerous.
And breaking it away again. Regan comes in. Tries to get it over to Sestroni, who was open in front, but broken up by the Swarm as Sandoy sends it the length of the ice and killing almost all of this penalty, which they definitely need to build from, and that will do it for the penalty. And McDonald steps back out on the ice, and Swarm are now 5-on-5.
And the Swarm need to get something going. Shots are 24-8 at the moment for the Admirals. 3-1 shot count is not what you want at home.
Polozov takes a wrist shot, speaking of which, and that gets blocked. When they do try to shoot it, they are getting thwarted pretty quickly by the fast, checking, I guess, of the Admirals that's stopping them or preventing them from getting clean shots in. And you see here on the replay that great save as Grace slid across, making a right pad save.
Yeah, she's been immense, doing her best to give her team a chance. And they need to take their opportunities. They need to create something here, get some shots on Chubba, who I think has faced maybe only 1 or 2 shots in this period so far.
So 13 minutes in the second period. The Admirals win the faceoff. Quickly up the other way. Scott Henry skates down, takes a shot. That's a skate save away by Grace Harrison. And the Swarm now, they give it up to Houlihan. Houlihan, 1-on-4, making a lot of moves at the blue line. Lucky not to be offside. Sandoy steps into it. He gives it to Polozov. Wrist shot. Deflected in front by Atwell, but that's saved by Chaba. Puck still there in the middle. McLeish, composed as he is, breaks away with it. He's got 2 men on him. He comes in by himself. Takes a hit from Sandoy. And the Swarm have it for a moment, but Vesper, he gets crunched by Ollie Hay. There is not a penalty, but a whistle has been called. I think possibly offside, Bartek, because the lines people have made a call there.
Yeah, I think they need to repaint the lines. Speaking of painting, the Botany Swarm would like to thank Commercial Painting Limited for their 2024 sponsorship and support.
Well done.
Go to commercialpaintinglimited.co.nz for all your painting needs.
Yeah,
Thank you for that setup.
Yeah,
Ian.
that's perfect. I'll dish it up for you all night long, just like Lionel Richie. So they definitely need to paint the lines here at this rink. It's been a long overdue. Nevertheless, McDonald making it fly like the arches in his name, but a little bit too overzealous, and that goes all the way down, possibly for icing, but the referee, yep, icing.
Yeah, the Swarm have iced the puck a lot in this game. And catching up on my sponsorships. That first period was so exciting, I forgot to do the sponsors. So the Swarm would also like to thank Noria for the jersey sponsorship this year. So thank you, Noria, for sponsoring the Swarm jerseys.
Fantastic. There you go. So back to game action. 12 minutes left here in the second period. The scoreline of this 60 minutes is 3-2, but on aggregate, the overall scoreline is 6-3 in favor of the Admirals. If you were watching from wherever you were watching, that is why that graphic is up there in white. So 3-on-2 shaping up. The Admirals coming the other way into the middle. Rooney, oh, he likes to pass it. Could have had a shot there. And he had Winston Lee, who's good to see back out on the ice. So he's recovering from that, I would almost say, brutal step-in hit by McDonald, who didn't even go for the puck. So it's good that he's back out on the ice. And speaking of which, takes another hit from Hoofnagel. You're in the battle in this game for sure.
Yeah, Josh Whitson Lee that time doesn't get knocked over, takes the hit well. Good to see him back out there. And he had a nice open net there if he was able to make connection on that previous play. Just wasn't able to tuck in that pass.
So there's Thuler. He's got the puck for the Swarm, carrying it up the wing. He skates in over the line, and that looks like it's going to be offside as Kozak just too far ahead of the play as Thuler was gaining momentum there to get through the zone. But that will be an offside. You'll see Kozak wheeling on this right-hand side. Oh, yeah, he's definitely a step ahead of the play there. Thought his skate blade might have been on the line, but the line's... What's the term? Is there like appropriate term for lines people? Is that how you say it? I'm not sure.
I think
I'm
so.
used to saying linesman. I'm sorry if that's not the right term.
Yeah, we do have a few female referees. I believe that's
Brooke.
Brooke Patron out there.
And the Swarm, they have the puck to pass it around to Fontaine, but kept in by the Admirals, keeping them hemmed down. That's Kozak, gives it over to Dalmatel. Dalmatel, there's a nice stick move there. Skating it through, try to do a toe drag. A lot of individual toe drags in this game, trying to get through guys. That doesn't always work at this level. Holly Hay does well to keep that puck inside the zone. Down to Sandoy, who's pinched in. Dalmatel fights for the puck, up to Hay. Hay pinches in, takes a shot. Puck's there in front. What a save by Chuba. Stick save, wow. Unbelievable stick save. See that one on the replay. That looked like a for sure goal. Taken away by the goaltending of Chaba Krishkoshvagos.
Yeah, I thought we were going to hear the buzzer there. What a big stick save. A couple saves, I think. Stick and blocker there by Chaba to keep it out of the net.
And the Admirals send it right into Swarm territory, and that's saved by Grace, and that's put down. And slap shot passed ahead. That goes off the referee. That negates the icing. McDonald comes in with a shot. Great save there by Chaba, extending the left pad. Play comes the other way. Vandermeulen comes in on the backhand. Cuts around the front. Shot off Grace's pad. Puck's there. And that rebound is cleared. Swarm.
Very sneaky, intelligent play by Pim to do that.
Looking as to get the momentum of the play going the other way. And a little bit of interference there as March just decks the Admirals player, sends him to the ice. And again, the hits are starting to come up a little bit faster and quicker right now as Sandoy gets knocked down. And that's Mason Kennedy. He's forced to go back. He puts it up to the middle. And that's Alex Regan. He has it stick checked away from him. March over to Wimmer. Wimmer with it. Cuts to the middle. Avoids a check, but gets it taken away from him. Regan goes on 1-on-4 here. Cuts to the middle. Shot. That's blocked. And there's Hoofnagel with it. He elects to try and send it up the middle. That's not out of the zone at all. Regan, he keeps it in. Taken away by March. Real quick action here. Swarm. Put a high stick to it. They can't play that puck, so the Admirals touch it. Play carries on. Bit sloppy here, though, as well. Back and forth, as the Admirals make a dump in. They go for a change. Wimmer can't get it through. Vesper dumps it back in. Long shift for Wimmer. He's stuck out there. McDonald, he has it behind the net. That's Ryan McDonald. Up into Houlihan. Houlihan receives that puck well. Skates in stride. Gets taken off the puck. And Daigle with it. He sends it up. Up to Sestroni. Sestroni over to Henry. Connecting once again. Henry gets knocked down. Still plays for it. Houlihan. He steals it. Skates well right into the middle. 1-on-2. Takes a shot. Nope, it's blocked. Polozov tries to shoot it. He misses the net. Thuler with it. Off the boards. Over to Houlihan. He elects to send it down to Polozov. Polozov gets harassed from the back. He goes down. Still gets the puck, though. He does well to stay on it. Glenn Hayward-Jones is right on him. And Atwell comes in for support. And the Admirals manage to clear, winning those 50-50 battles. Those are big in these games. Atwell has his helmet taken off. He's going to have to go to the bench.
That's right. Back in the day, you could keep playing until there was a whistle with the helmet off. Not anymore. You got to skate to the bench right away. Aren't even allowed to put your helmet back on if you can grab it while you're on the ice.
Daigle steps into his man. Great play to separate the man from the puck. Has a chance to do it again. He's straight back onto him. That's Dalmatel. Gives it to Polozov. Polozov passes in front. Centering feed just again broken up by the strong defensive play of the Admirals. Holding it well.
Yeah, the Swarm really struggling to get shots in this period.
And it's due to the positional play of the Admirals. They're making it real challenging for the Swarm to get anything through, at least clean. And that's demonstrated on the shot clock by looking at 11 shots, but they have 3 goals. They're not gonna take it if they're not gonna get any more shots. And the Admirals got 27 at the moment.
Yeah, the Admirals have really tightened up defensively in this period, aren't giving the Swarm very much. The Swarm trying to use some of their individual talent to get through, but aren't able to score anything in this period so far.
And they're going to have to push the envelope because it's 6-3 at the moment on aggregate. That 3-goal deficit will continue to feel heavy as this game goes on. And McLeish steps into Fontaine. Kozak centering feed. That's broken up. That goes up to the point to Ollie Hay. He cuts in the middle. Does he shoot it? Can't get it through. Rooney steps into him. Another shot. That's through. Another great diving save by Chaba as Kozak was lurking on the side of the net looking for a rebound. He couldn't put it home.
Great effort from Captain Ollie Hay to get that shot through. Great battle on the blue line.
Captain's Andrew, Ollie's his brother. There's a few Hays in the mix. In fact, we have Grant and Elizabeth, hockey royalty in this country. They are in attendance tonight, and we thank you for always supporting not only your whānau and your children, but ice hockey in general. McDonald, that's Ryan. He's chipping it up again. Tries to get to Hoofnagel. He can't get there. And that's Sebastian Chamberlain, I believe. He puts it up. And that's Quigley. So the Admirals really using their depth bench now, getting some more shifts for their younger players.
Yeah, that's right. It's great to see young players getting some big game experience out here.
And that's Vortnoff. He gets the pass. He's trying to hold on to it. And Kralik cuts it in the middle, gets that poked away by Caleb Chamberlain. And Quigley trying to keep it in at the line, and that's Hoofnagel. He gets it, keeps it in, off someone's skates. Players battle for it, still there. Admirals have it. Kind of going backwards now. Then it goes off the wall and out of the zone. Just slowly eroding this clock, Bartek, as well, as we tick to 4.5 minutes. Swarm really got to put some offensive pressure on. You can tell that they are getting frustrated with all of the bench and the coaching staff raising their arms. We're looking for penalties, not there. So they got to, again, this is the mental focus that's needed to win games, especially when it counts.
Yeah, that's right. The Admirals are doing really well to shut down the Swarm, not giving them anything.
And they're staying really composed. There are a lot of fist pumps on the bench, all that stuff that's super valuable in these games.
Yeah, they have a 3-goal lead. They just need to defend, keep the Swarm frustrated.
Yep. And Taylor Kennedy sends a high wrister. Grace gloves that down, elects to keep it in play. Thuler passes it up to March in the middle. Right at neutral ice. He skates it in, gains the line. She takes a shot. Great shot, actually even better save by Chaba on the glove. And we get a stoppage, 3 minutes 51 left in period number 2.
That's right. And are we going to see Remy Sandoy get out there? Yeah, he's on the ice. So Remy Sandoy, also known as the Niue in Gretzky, best player ever from Niue. And Remy Sandoy and the Swarm. So they'd like to thank Aotearoa Insurance for all your insurance needs. So get in touch with Remy Sandoy out there, number 24, not during this game, of course, but maybe a bit later for all your insurance needs.
All right, maybe here we go as the break comes the other way. Pass comes through. It's a bit of almost a 2-on-1, and Grace breaks that up. And Van der Meulen, he has the puck now in deep Swarm territory. He goes in behind the net. Backhand spinorama pass. What a play! Shot by Regan. And that's saved nicely by Grace. Saving the Swarm again. Could be a lot higher scoreline if she was not in the net tonight, for sure.
Absolute
Admirals.
rock out there for them.
Swinging the puck around now. They send it deep. Sandoy. Excuse me, that's Ollie Hay. Sends it up to Kozak. Taken away. Kunst. Being a bit of a nuisance of himself, like Bryce would have said. And Dalmatel. That's broken up. Daigle, nifty move there as he just undresses Dalmatel. He goes 1-on-3 here. Great hard slap shot. Grace steps up and makes another high quality save.
Yeah, that is 26 saves on 28 shots tonight. And we still have a period and 3 minutes left to go. So we hope you're enjoying this heart-stopping action this second period. On that note, a big thank you to AED New Zealand, cardiac equipment specialist. Don't skip a beat with AED New Zealand.
Love it. Well, we've certainly got our hearts racing here as we're watching this action. The Swarm trying to get it out of their zone here, but that's kept in by Sestroni. Backhand towards the net. Gloved by Grace Harrison and put down for Hoofnagel. He flips it up. Swarm doing a lot of chipping it up from their zone into the neutral area. and that's been hit down with a high stick, so there will be a face-off and a whistle.
Yeah, they've been struggling with their breakouts, a lot of icings, a lot of just giving the puck away. They need to tighten that up. I think the coach will have to have a word with them before the third period if they want to even up this series.
Yeah, they're down by 3, so again, like as we have been saying, they have to start moving the puck out of their own zone, getting through that forecheck. Maybe, as you said, get a stretch guy further down and hit him with that stretch pass.
Yeah, that's
put the pressure the other way, but they're not adapting their play enough at the moment to give them that success they need, at least in this period. So we'll see. They got 2 minutes 10, and the Swarm taking a shot there. That's gloved away nicely by Chaba, and McLeish sends it up. That's going to go right on net to Grace, so that's not going to have an icing. She likes to play it behind to Ryan McDonald. He puts it off the boards. Long stretch pass, doesn't make it, but the Admirals converge, get the puck back. And then they chip it right back in again. Real effective with this constant play. Just very simple, interrupting passes, chipping it in, making it tick over a little bit longer, making it harder on the Swarm. Atwell breaks in, takes a shot. Nice save there by Chaba. And that's probably not where Atwell wanted to put that one. He had a little bit more to shoot at.
Yeah, Chaba does well to come out and cut down the angle. He sees that Atwell doesn't really have anyone there to support, so Atwell has to shoot there, making it easier for Chaba to know what's going to happen.
So 1.5 minutes left in this second period. Time a little bit of the Swarm enemy right now, and the Admirals coming right back. The number 35, Rooney, he's got it, backhands it in the zone. Keeping it real deep, Swarm territory. If you're the Admirals, you're going to want to just keep the puck down in that zone and erase some of this clock. And Houlihan, he brings it up the other way. Hits Polozov. He chips it around Daigle. And Daigle takes a kind of a stick check at Polozov, losing the stick in the process. Possibly going to be penalized.
Yeah, it looks like a hooking call coming. The first power play of the game here for the Swarm. And they'll need to capitalize on this before the end of this period. So the penalty might bleed over into the third period as we have 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the second. So really big opportunity here for the Swarm. Get back into this one, close the aggregate to 2 if they can.
Yeah, it's a rare penalty for Justin Daig, but it looked like he kind of had to take it potentially as Polozov was, oh, nice shot there.
Looking real almost had a stick on it.
So the Swarm power play going to work here. And they give it away, and they get the puck hit off of a stick into the mesh that was deflected, so the puck will get dropped inside the Admiral zone. Still a power play to the Swarm. You'll see it here as the puck tries to get cleared and just hit off that stick. So the Swarm win the faceoff. Houlihan with a shot. That's blocked. Admirals doing well to stay inside of the shooting lanes, blocking that path of the puck getting through. Polozov, he skates in with it. He gets hit there by Mason Kennedy, putting good pressure on him. He comes up the wall, passes it across to McDonald. McDonald passes in the middle to Polozov. Polozov on the backhand, puts it in the middle. Oh, and Atwell just couldn't have it there. Didn't have enough control or time to put it away. Houlihan over to McDonald. McDonald, wrist shot. Misses the net entirely.
Yeah, well wide. I think maybe forcing it a little bit here as time runs out.
So 11 seconds. Trying to get some shots here. Houlihan does that. Shot gets blocked. McDonald has his pass blocked. Again, something that's on repeat. A lot of blocks here. Admirals just can't get out of the zone. McDonald with a last-ditch effort shot against the Admirals, but Chaba is there to put a glove to it, and that will bring the second period to a close. Don't want to say it, but that could be the season starting to close a little bit on the Botany Swarm, as the score does say 3 to the Swarm, 2 to the Admirals. But again, because of yesterday, the scoreline being 4-0 in favor of the Admirals on aggregate, that will mean that the score is currently 6-3 in favor of the West Auckland Admirals. So they're heading into the last 20 minutes of play, Bartek, with a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, that's right. The Swarm need to tighten up, avoid taking penalties in that third period if they want to extend their season and take this game to overtime. The Admirals were absolutely clinical in this period, really good at shutting down the Swarm. I think they shifted a little bit more into a neutral zone trap sort of play, as we saw a lot of Admiral players in the neutral zone, and I think only usually 2 forecheckers. They were often playing a 3 forechecker system earlier in this game. They know they've got the 3-goal lead. They just have to defend and frustrate the Swarm for the rest of the game.
Oh, and they're definitely doing that with that forechecking system that they've got. It's working, it's effective, and they're hemming the Swarm in. The Swarm are doing a lot of chipping it out of their zone by trying to do a high flip, but they're not getting the puck back in that neutral ice area and generating the chances to get back and start putting the offensive pressure in the other team's zone. So that's, again, we've been talking about it on the broadcast, but they're just not seeming like they can break through. They haven't been able to get that breakthrough. And their MO, they're relying a lot on that individual talent to try and dangle through the Admirals, and that's just not working when they have such good team defense.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The 3 goals that the Swarm scored were all really good individual goals. So they're relying maybe a little bit too much on those players to just dangle through the entire Admirals defense. And as the Admirals tighten up defensively, they've adjusted really well, really clogged up the neutral zone to avoid that happening in this period.
Awesome. So we're going to cut now to a special interview with Swarm Captain Andrew Hay. Michael Delmingham, you are standing by. Over to you.
Sorry, I forgot about the thing. Oh, I think
What are
so.
your thoughts going into the third here?
I thought we came out how we needed to. We came out hard, fast, wanting it, winning all the battles. Buried a couple of quick goals.
Sorry, that was
but
the wrong one.
Same old story. Discipline costing us. They've buried a couple of power play goals. I wasn't sure if we were going to get a power play tonight, but the refs kindly gave us one there at the end of the second period. So after a bit of stunned silence, I think we've gone to work on the power play, and hopefully we bury it next period. We've got 1 minute.
And so with that, power play, you've got a man advantage. So that last 20 minutes of hockey, you've really got to make it work, don't you?
Oh, 100%. I think everything's just got to come together. We knew that heading into today with the deficit. We knew that we had to click. We started well. We've got a power play here, so guys are feeling positive that we can turn this around and make up the deficit. We've got the ability to score goals in bunches. We know that. We've done it all season. No reason not to do it here tonight, bigger stage.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much, Andy. We'll let you get back to the team, and all the best for the third period.
Yeah, cheers, Michael.
Swarm Captain Andrew Hay giving his thoughts after 40 minutes of play. Well, actually, it's more than 40 minutes. You've already played 60. Add to another 40. You got 100 minutes of hockey played. And looking, they got a power play right now, and he's looking for his team to build off the positives that they have been given. They haven't been given very many power plays, but they've got at least another minute or so of a power play. So hopefully they can use that, potentially score on it, and then start to chip away and bring some of this game back, because they've got that 3-goal deficit to try and overcome. And he doesn't want to look too far ahead, because they got to focus on getting at least one and then the next one, not focusing, oh, okay, next.
That's right. Yeah, one play at a time, one shot at a time, one shift at a time.
All
That's
the
what it's
cliches.
about. All the cliches.
But when it comes to, like, again, the cliches are there for a reason, because sometimes they actually work. And you heard it from the Admirals captain, Justin Daigle, in his interview from yesterday. He's saying, like, they just have a game plan, they're executing it, they're sticking to it, keeping things pretty simple, clog the neutral zone, hard forecheck. That's a lot of repeat. So
That's right.
Swarm got to respond.
It's a little bit tricky. Statistically, power plays to start a period often fizzle out as both teams are a little bit cold and tentative. So it'll be a bit of a big ask to score in that first minute, but if they can do it, we're going to have an interesting game.
Yeah, so please stay tuned. We got the biggest, most exciting 20 minutes of hockey. One of these teams' season is on the line, so you don't want to miss that. We'll be back shortly after this.
Kia ora koutou, welcome back to this third period action of the second semifinal game between the Botany Swarm and the West Auckland Admirals. I'm Bartek Evertowski here with Ian Wanamaker. So Ian, can you summarize the series so far as we go into this last period between these two teams?
Well, my short summary would be team consistency from one side and team inconsistency from the other side. And you can guess which one is being more consistent.
Yeah, based on the scoreline, that tells the story. So it's 6-3 on aggregate for the Admirals. So this is sort of like European football where they do this, where they have two games and the aggregate score determines who goes through. So the Botany Swarm need to score 3 goals if they want to send this to overtime and not let the Admirals score. So that's a tough ask as they've really struggled to get shots on target. The shots are 29-14 for the Admirals. They've brought their A game here in the Swarm arena and have really stifled the Swarm, especially in that second period. The Swarm are really struggling to get things going. We're taking penalties, getting frustrated. The Admirals doing a good job of shutting them down.
Yes, and I guess if you're an Admiral fan, unfortunately, they are starting on the the penalty kill for 55 seconds or less. Their captain is still in the penalty box, and the Swarm, they are starting with the power play, even though they've only got 4 players on the rink right now. They should have 5. That is something that is needing to get corrected. Dalmatown now hops the boards and gets on the rink. You guys got to be ready to play. You got 20 minutes. If you're not ready, you are going home. No more hockey for you. It is summertime.
That's right. Teams often struggle to score on a power play that bleeds over into another period. So the Swarm coming out here cold, need to get some shots going.
And Houlihan, he steps in. He cuts right into the middle, going all the way across. Gives it to Polozov. He sets up on that side. Passes it across the bumper spot, and that's deflected right into the crowd. Somebody had to duck from that one. That went right into the stands here to our left.
Yeah, I heard that one ping off the wall, so luckily it didn't nail someone in the face. Got to be alert at a hockey game.
Yeah, all the time for sure. We get another face-off. Atwell lines up against Sistrone. A little bit of a quick jump there by Dalmatel. They'll reset. And Swarm win the puck. The puck dropped and back to McDonald. McDonald over Houlihan. One-time shot, and that's saved by Chaba. The rebound was there, and that's cleared away by the Admirals. Swarm still hold on to it though. Polozov, he has it with Dalmatel. They play catch with it off the side of the net. Back to Polozov. Polozov with it. He's down on the red line. Up to McDonald. Back to Polozov. Trying to set it up across to Houlihan. Houlihan has a wrist shot all the way wide. That's going to clear the zone. And that will do it in the penalty to the Admirals. And we're back to 5-on-5 play.
I think Houlihan slightly forced that one. Maybe not the best shooting position there, especially with nobody standing in front of Chaba taking away his eyes. I think he would have made that save if it was on target.
Yeah, and they're feeling the pressures of it. They have to overcome that. And again, as you said, be composed. Get back to what's worked for them in the past.
That's right.
Has gone all the way down. No icing. That's Daigle. He puts a backhand all the way over to Vandermeulen, who sends it up the wall. That's where Robin Vortnov is, number 8 for the Swarm. He keeps it in. But again, taken away quickly by the Admirals. They converge on anyone in their zone who has the puck in a different colored jersey. And that shot, that goes to the glove of Grace. Elected to possibly, does play it. And the music goes, but we're going to carry on playing as someone's got a neck guard that's inadvertently come off. They are mandatory neck guards now in this NZIHL league. So the Admirals, they have puck still. They pass it in and shoot it in, actually, right to the glove of Grace. This time she does hold on, and Regan, the music does restart.
Regan gets in her face right away, making sure she can't drop that puck for Remy Sandoy.
There's that replay of that one-time shot by Houlihan, and Chaba makes a left pad save really nicely.
I think what I've noticed, they often have Ivan Dalmatau trying to screen Chaba, and he's just getting shoved out of the way by the Admirals defenseman. I think they need to put a big body in front of Chaba to take away his eyes. Someone like Remy Sandoy, I know they want Remy on the point with Luke Simon suspended today, but I think they might need to put him in that screening position if they get another power play opportunity, because Chaba was seeing everything on that power play.
Again, that's not rocket science, that's hockey 101. Block the goalie's eyes, get somebody with a big body in front, or apt enough to screen with a good tip.
Yeah, that's right. Hard to save it when you don't see it.
That's Atwell. Looks to make a pass up top. That goes out of the reach of Hooknego, and the puck goes all the way into Swarm zone. Rooney on his horse chasing that down. McDonald gets to it first, but Whitston Lee, he snuffs that out and stops that pass up the boards. But Polozov, he comes the other way with it. Cross rink dump in. No one chasing for the Swarm, so he likes to go off. Just giving the puck over to the Admirals. Admirals recover it well, set up their breakout. Taylor Kennedy sends it up off the wall. Goes to Moses, 2-on-2. He's got Quigley going to the net. Gives it to him in the middle. Quigley on the backhand. Goes in behind the net. He passes it back around. Again, just working the cycle. Now the Swarm coming up. And that's Kozak, just gets crunched by Henry. Heavy hit there. Sorry, Moses. And on the shot there, good save.
Oh, it's in the net.
Right, that is
it
a goal
through
to
Chuba's
the
legs.
Swarm. Delmatown, what a quick, sneaky shot there. We'll have to take a double look at that one as the Swarm not out of this yet. That makes it 6-4 in aggregate after that big hit. You take us here, Bartek. What do you see?
So we see Ivan taking on 4 Admirals. That individual brilliance again. And Chuba just slightly opens his legs as Ivan comes in. I think he's thinking Ivan is looking for that tuck around him, the Forsberg-style tuck, as Ivan is a very talented player, has that in his repertoire. He can do that sort of one-handed tuck, can do the between-the-legs goals. Chuba slightly opens his legs there, allowing Ivan to stuff it through. It just trickles into the net.
I think he was expecting the whistle to be blown because he had control of the puck, but the ref was in a good position to see that the puck was loose and did trickle over the line, even with the defender there trying to stop it as it went over, but he did manage to see it. So the ref has made the appropriate call.
That is excellent reffing, actually. I thought it was going to be blown dead.
Here's Quigley the other way coming in. He gets hooked down from the side. That's going to be a Swarm penalty.
This is a common theme so far. The Swarm score a goal and then take a dumb penalty, giving the Admirals a chance to switch the momentum.
The Admirals still have control of the puck. They've pulled the goaltender.
They actually got away with a high stick there. Sebastian Steven took a stick to the face. Referee, luckily for the Swarm, didn't spot that. Otherwise, would be a 5-on-3 coming.
So Sistrone, he's got the puck. Centering in front end, that's a shot by Regan. What a save by Grace Harrison. Wow.
Oh my, Grace Harrison. Absolutely outrageous save. Hopefully we'll see that on the replay here. Wow. Seeing that now. Good stretch pass. And the pass across the net. Grace gets the blocker on it.
Good positional
that
save
is a
there.
season-saving save possibly there.
Good. Well, we shall see. At the moment, the game score has 4-2 in favor of the Swarm. However, because of aggregate from yesterday's game, it is 6-4. And the Swarm are in the penalty box, and that is the Admirals on another power play.
Yeah, the Swarm once again shooting themselves in the foot with that penalty. They had the momentum. They just needed to stay out of the box and keep going.
So Regan comes all the way in. He goes around the net. Goes up top to Daigle. Daigle cradling the blue line over to Van de Meulen. Goes back up to Daigle. That's intercept, that's stick away by Dalmatel.
Ivan Dalmatel, who scored that goal, is now playing a really good penalty killing role.
Arguably could have been a tripping call as he took Daigle down from behind. Daigle does well to get up and pass the puck over to Regan. And Regan skates in over the line. Goes on the backhand, stops up. Passes it down to Van de Meulen. Over to Daigle. Daigle to Kunst. Kunst down to Regan. Regan in behind the Swarm net. Looking for his option, setting up. Saucer pass to Van de Meulen. Cuts in, doesn't shoot it. To Daigle. Daigle at the point, down low to Kunst. He's on the backhand, so he's going to have to pass it down low. Van de Meulen down to Regan. Regan all the way up top to Daigle. Daigle gets stick checked right away by Hay as McDonald had to go to the bench because he had no bucket on his head. And Daigle gets sent down. Ollie Hay's hard on him. And Ollie Hay gets the stick up right into Daig's face. There was a penalty on the play. No goal is called as there was a delayed call happening as the Swarm thought they had another goal there.
I think this play basically summarizes the series.
Oh, and now there's just been a 10-minute misconduct handed to Kyle Marsh, number 5. He said something to the referee. He's been sent from the game to the showers early. His season is now finished.
Oh my, yeah, this entire sequence summarizes this series.
Can you show it again?
Between the Swarm and the Admirals, as we had a battle between Daigle and Hay.
So that's going on now. There's a delayed penalty happening. What we don't see is there is an actual goal being scored in that delay. the ref has the hand up for the penalty against the Swarm, and the Swarm score. I'm presuming Chaba didn't play it because the hand was up. So that was a very confusing sequence of play. So yes, of course. So if there's a penalty against the Swarm and they touch the puck, that will automatically end that play, even if they're in the process of scoring a goal, which we may not have seen it on screen, but that's what happened. Puck went in the net, and man, this place just erupted with kind of a bit of a chaotic, like, what's going on here? As now they've cleared it up with the assistant captain Moses from the Admirals and the captain Andy Hay from the Swarm. So that is resulting in a penalty and no goal to the Swarm, and putting the Admirals up with 5-3.
Yeah, the Swarm
5 men to 3.
Shooting themselves in the foot with these bad penalties. And it's a 5-on-3 now. Chance for the Admirals to close it out.
Sistrone now with it. He takes a hard wrist shot, and that just goes up and over the glove side of Grace Harrison. So the Admirals' second unit getting some work here. Chamberlain passes it down over to McLeish. McLeish. He's got in that right side corner. Goes up top. Admirals moving around. Sistrone with it now. Down low, quick wrister. Oh, and a great opportunity for Chamberlain. He put that wide. Sistrone kept the puck in. Back to Chamberlain. It's Caleb Chamberlain. He's holding on to it. Goes in behind the net to McLeish. McLeish normally sets up in front of the net. They've got Vesper there now. McLeish looking to set things up like a bit of Gretzky style here. He's going up top. And that's over to the Admirals now. They have it in the corner on the side. Sistrone up to Ben Steven. Ben Steven on the line. Down to Sistrone. Sistrone, does he shoot? No, he passes it down low. Gets it back. Doesn't load it. Takes a shot. That gets through. Grace with another save. McLeish. And the other corner now. He's everywhere. Takes a shot off the shin pads. 48 seconds left in one of the penalties to the Swarm, so it's a 5-on-4. And they clear and make a change. Ben Steven in behind the net. Kind of gets harassed from the back from Sandoy. Vandermeulen, he puts it back. Regan with it on the backhand. He comes up the boards, passes it over to Steven. He was looking like he was going to go for a change, but he has to stop and stay on. Does a reverse hit on Sandoy, sends him down. And that's going to be a high stick penalty. So that reverse hit, against the Admirals. So that was, is that Ben Steven?
I totally missed that one.
No, that happened right in front of us just as he's making that pass. He puts his stick, well, I guess his hands up, and that hit Remy Sandoy in the face, which is hard to do because Remy Sandoy is about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, was it on the follow-through? Because usually follow-throughs aren't penalized, I believe. At least that used to be the rule.
He put his hands up to protect himself, but he's...
I see. So it wasn't on the follow-through, but rather protecting himself.
That's just what I saw. I don't know, maybe we can...
Yeah, I missed that one, so it's a little bit difficult to see.
So that will make it a 4-on-4 hockey game. We got 12.5 minutes left in this third period. Swarm have got 4 goals to 2 in this part of the game.
I see.
On aggregate 6-4.
So thank you, Josh, correcting us on the live stream. So the follow-through not counting is an NHL rule. So we're playing international rules here in New Zealand. So regardless of what happened, was a penalty.
Okay, Houlihan on the hit there. He gets it. He gets tripped up. And Swarm are back to 5 players on. They will have a power play for the next minute and a half. Thuler over to Houlihan. He drops to Atwell. Atwell with it. He goes on the right side. Drops to Polozov. Receives a hack for his efforts. Puck's bouncing around, and the Admirals clear it. Regan puts pressure right away on McDonald, making him move the puck. So Polozov, he skates through the middle. 1-on-3, trying to get through the neutral zone. Nothing coming of that. And the Admirals manage to get the puck back again, and they send it all the way down, right on shot on net. Possibly that would be registered as a shot on net, even though it was a clearance.
I think the Admirals player didn't see that Vinny was streaking, could have got a breakaway. And Vinny has a very good shot. You don't want to give him a breakaway.
Well, again, this is high risk, high reward start scenarios with this current scoreline, 6-4, that 2-goal lead the Admirals have. See how that stacks up. The Swarm have a power play. Kozak trying to go across crease, and that's deflected away. Actually hit one of the icicle hanger down things in the rink and he carried on. Sandoy with, Ollie Hay with a nice move, getting around his man. Centering feed, That's broken up by Chaba on the back end, and the Admirals managed to clear it down. 20 seconds remaining in the Swarm power play.
Yeah, great penalty killing by the Admirals, not really giving the Swarm anything to work with there.
A bit of a giveaway there as pressure in behind the Swarm net. They come away with it. Fontaine skates through the middle, charges hard, goes wide, puts the brakes on, stopping up. Passes to Sandoy. Sandoy loads up a hard slap shot. Rebound for Vornov. That's blocked by Mason Kennedy after the first initial save by Chaba, and the rebound popped out to Vornov.
Yeah, great block by Mason Kennedy, as there were a lot of bodies in front of Chaba. It might have been difficult to spot that one.
Now to even strength. We are back to 5-on-5, so the Admirals are successful. Big collision there as Ollie Hay comes on it. Ben Steven. Both players go down. Mason Kennedy gives it up to Ben Steven, the penalty recipient. He goes off, so they're making some changes, both teams. And the Swarm bring it up now. Fontaine, he comes down the left side, likes to slap shot it, and that's gloved away by Chaba. McLeish, he's hard on it. Janssen trying to make a move, can't get around Van der Meulen. Van der Meulen comes away with it. Elects to just safely go up off the boards, up to Sistroni. He receives a hit there by Janssen. Kept in by Kunst. Over to Hufnagel. He plays it up to McDonald. Marcus McDonald skates fast, goes through a check. Wheeling it up. Pass in front. That's interrupted again by the Admirals. Broken away by Regan. Now McDonald back on his horse. He's skating around and he chips it in. Janssen's in on the chase. McLeish, he sends it up the boards. Hufnagel pinches in. He gets hit by Regan. Van der Meulen tries to clear. Doesn't. Atwell gets it. Cuts into the middle. Takes a wrist shot. And saved by Chaba. Another shot. Another glove save by Chaba. Puck is still loose. McLeish, he sends it up the wall. Doesn't get cleared. Hufnagel with it now. He takes a wrist shot from the point. Gets through a bunch of bodies and skates. Good save made by Chaba. Swarm really putting the pressure up now. They've definitely raised it up here as McDonald comes back in. Sensing the season on the line. McDonald cuts in with a power move shot, and that's saved and steered away by Chaba.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to make a pass there, but didn't have the support. Was forced to make a shot.
As Rooney's helmet comes off, he goes right to the bench. Polozov gets taken the puck off him. And that errant helmet is still inside the Admirals zone. You might see it on screen. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the play. Bit of a hack there by Polozov. But Winston Lee does well. He comes away. Massive hit there as Houlihan gets sent down as Winston Lee showing real good strength.
Oh man, what a beautiful reverse hit.
Delmatel passes it in front. Looking for a player there as Houlihan tries to get it. He can't get it and convert. Thuler over to Andy Hay. Andy Hay walks into it now. Diving play by Moses, blocking that Andy Hay shot.
Oh my, he went head first.
Putting his full face in there to
man.
do everything to block the shot. What a play by Sam Moses.
Great leadership by Sam Moses. A little bit reckless, but it worked out there.
That's going to be a high stick penalty against the Admirals. That stick came up, hit right off the top of the helmet of Polozov. So the Swarm pull the goalie here as they go up 6-5 on the players, but that is touched up by the Admirals, and we will get a Swarm power play. 7.5 minutes left, Bartek, in this third period. Swarm season on the line. Last 2 minutes to go here. Swarm
yeah, that's right. They need 2 goals in this last 7 minutes and 33 seconds.
There's that hit collision. Whoa.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Josh Winston Lee reverse hit. That was Nathan McKinnon-esque, and Josh Winston Lee is not a big guy.
No,
absolutely
he held his
laid
ground against
out.
the larger Houlihan.
That's right. Absolutely laid him out.
So now Swarm on the power play here. Win the draw. Shot by Sandoy. That doesn't get through. Admirals, they managed to send that puck all the way down the rink.
See, Kozak was complaining. I think he wanted to call for a cross check, but I don't think he's going to get it in this situation.
No, I mean, he's, again, trying to hold his ground. He gets knocked down. Fontaine dashes through. Takes a wrist shot. Saved there by Chaba. Swarm really sensing the danger and imminent play here. They have really had to ramp this up as Admirals throwing their body on the line to stop all the shots through, as you'll see a bit of the replay here with Fontaine's chance.
Action Jackson carrying it in. Nice moves, taking on the 2 Admirals defensemen. Gets a shot off, but without support, Chaba has a good look at it. Jackson doesn't have a passing opportunity there, so Chaba can focus more on the shot. He needs that support. And speaking of support, so the Swarm would like to thank Nice IT for their support this season. For all your IT needs, go to Nice IT, the nice guys in IT.
We got 6 minutes, 53 seconds left, 1:20 on the power play to the Swarm. Time is ticking down. They are definitely needing to gear it up here. Looking to strike as McDonald comes down the left side. Met by Jones, Flavin Hayward-Jones. And now over to Polozov, just in front of that Zamboni door. Polozov get on the red line, looking for his options. Looking to set something up. He does a bit of a crisscross. Diggs right on him. Up to McDonald. Ryan shoots it from the point. Blocked there by Chaba with his right pad. Admirals trying to get it out of the zone, and they do, sending it all the way down, forcing the Swarm back.
Yeah, I sense the Swarm power play is really struggling without a big body in front of Chaba. Ivan Dalmatel, a very talented player, but he's just getting moved out of the way by the Admirals defenseman, not able to set up a proper screen.
This is where they miss Ruzicka. He's gone back to his home country. Anyway, there's a shot, another save there by Chaba. Put back into the corner, Dalmatel. Put up top to McDonald. McDonald, possibly the big body they need in front. One-time shot, that's blocked by Chaba and cleared from the Admirals. And the Swarm not having the answer. Dalmatel's line does a change. Hopkinson's group comes out onto the rink. And Vordanov, he's wheeling through. 5.5 minutes remaining in this game. Potentially this season for the Botany Swarm. And the Admirals now back onto full strength. Back to 5-on-5 hockey.
Solid penalty kill by the Admirals there. Not giving the Swarm much to work with. Making sure the screener is moved out of the way so Chaba can see it.
Wraparound attempt here. A couple of shots at it. Pass in front. Goes all the way to the point. Ollie Hay loads up a hard shot. Doesn't get through. That's blocked. Admirals under pressure here from the Swarm. Vordanov steps in. McLeish, he clears it up the wall. That's met by Sandoy's skate. Sandoy backhands it in. Sends it down to Vordanov. Vordanov has it poked away from him by McLeish. Ben Steven, he sends it up the wall to Vandermeulen. Up to Vesper. Vesper 1-on-2. Stick handling through. Drops it off to Rooney. Rooney with a shot kind of well wide. Hits the glass. Misses the net. And Hopkinson, he cross rink dumps it in. He goes for a change. Fontaine's after it. He gets hit by Mason Kennedy. Admirals trying to clear. They don't. Huffnagel at the point. Wrist shot wide. Misses. McDonald with it now. He ties it down low. Dalmatel tries to put it to the net. Gloved there temporarily by Chaba. And then
the referee thought it was under the glove, but it snuck out. A little bit of an early whistle. Seeing on the replay now, Ivan Dalmatel was just not able to get his stick on that rebound.
So we are down to 4 minutes, 24 seconds of this third period. Got to wonder, Bartek, when will they start using their timeouts? The Swarm season is on the line here. 6 goals to 4 on aggregate. They need to score twice.
Yeah, Chaba, again, able to see that all the way from the point and make the catch. The Swarm need to get into his eyes and win those battles in front of the net. He's going to say that every time if you let him see it. You can see the really good battle from the Swarm, or the Admirals defenseman. That was number 21 back there tying up the sticks.
So Admirals winning the face-off, trying to go off the glass and out of the zone. They're going to be doing a lot of dump and chase here, and that's an icing call. They won't be able to make that change. So 4 minutes, 7 seconds. Again, eyes will start to turn towards the coaching staff and also to Grace Harrison. How early is too early to start pulling the goaltender here in this situation?
I think they pull her at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think that's about the right call, maybe 2:45.
I mean, with your season in the balance, you gotta potentially go for it, but
absolutely
maybe a little bit
should
too
not
late.
wait until the last minute. That just puts too much pressure, and you need 2 goals from the team. They need
Well,
time to
2
score
goals
one
to
and
tie it,
reset.
That's the thing.
That's right, to send it to overtime.
So again, you can feel it now. They are definitely trying real hard here, but the Admirals quite relentless, trying to get it out of the zone. They don't. They kept it in. Still on the line. Polozov gloves it down. Tries to pass it across. Does. Shot. Whoa, that was off of the crossbar, I think, as Atwell got a
close.
huge shot off there. You'll see it again here.
Beautiful play by Polozov to keep that puck in. Great patience. He sees Atwell, makes that pass, threads it through the sticks. Atwell gets a nice shot off, snipes it off the bar and into the netting.
I think Chaba did get a glove to it first, and then it just went all the way through and off the crossbar. The Swarm have pulled the goaltender. They have put 6 players on, but they've only got 5 on the rink.
That's 3 minutes and 42 seconds. That's
an
a really,
very
really
risky call. We'll see how this pans out for them. Face-off's crucial. They do win it. Taken by the Admirals, and they get it here. Stephen with it, sends it all, and he does miss the net. Goes to the side, rebound, shoot, and a goal. Quigley, one of the fourth-line players for the Admirals. That might have just sealed the Swarm's season. So making this game 4-3, but officially that will make it 7-3. The first shot missed.
That's right.
Quigley follows up.
Yeah, as you see, tucking that into the open net, most likely sealing the deal. I think Canada probably should have taken a timeout there.
Yeah, you want to talk to your team before you make that decision.
That's right.
Again,
I
maybe
think
a little bit of
it was
early
a bit
learning for
hurried.
his coaching career, but man, oh man, that's going to sting for a long time, because these are the decisions in semifinals that will haunt you, and you will remember them for the rest of your life. Swarm back in. They tried to go upstairs, and that Fontaine, he misses the net entirely. And Chamberlain looking to clear it out of the zone. That went right into the roof area.
I think
that's a face-off in the.
They probably need a timeout, and they need to pull Grace.
They are
need
looking to
call
pull
that
Grace
timeout.
again, but there is no timeout called. They are electing to send Houlihan over the boards. 3:23 remaining.
Yeah, you want to go into this with a plan when you have 6 players out there. You don't want to be rushing it. Take
no
that
play,
timeout.
But they've pulled. They have 7 players. No, 6. I almost counted 7. Goodness me. Admirals win the face-off. Send it up to Kuntz, and they just chip it all the way out of the zone. Vandermeulen reads that really well, beats out the icing. He gets hit from the back. Swarm, 3 minutes 10 left, potentially again in their season. Admirals keen to just put all the pressure on the Swarm here by pinning the puck, and then Daigle puts it in front. Another shot and an easy goal. Another one to the Admirals. As Guy Kunst, again, this might have really officially sealed it.
I think so. The Swarm already needed 1 goal per minute now. They need more than a goal per minute. These Admirals have looked solid tonight. I don't think we'll be seeing that sort of collapse in the last 3 minutes. I would have liked to have seen a timeout before the first goalie pull.
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of pulling the goalie early, but you need that timeout.
You've got to
you need to have a
reset.
plan.
Yeah, if there's no plan, it's just kind of they're hoping a prayer.
Especially after that first open net goal, the team's rattled. Just take a timeout, reset.
So Sky City Stampede, you look like now you know who your opponent is going to be, and that will be the West Auckland Admirals.
That's right. The final is going to be a blue and yellow one for sure from both teams.
So 2 minutes, 38 seconds, kind of the inevitable time that's ever so slowly now going to tick away for the Botany Swarm. On aggregate, the goals are 8-4. So the Admirals are well and truly clear here. Hopefully we can play this game sensibly and finish it out properly. And the Admirals on a 2-on-1 here. They are looking for potentially more. Vandermeulen's shot, and that was really nicely saved there by Grace Harrison. Looking to go 5-hole, but that was closed up.
Yeah, she has been an absolute rock for the Swarm tonight, making 30 saves on 32 shots, because of course 2 of those goals were empty netters. We're seeing that here. Really good positioning, making sure there's not much to shoot at, takes it in the gut, traps it.
So face off deep in the Swarm zone. Vesper with it, lining up. Puck put off the side wall and down into the Admiral zone. Kennedy goes back to chase. Marcus McDonald skates to it first. Again, well read by Taylor Kennedy, and they send it up. And Sestroni gives it to Vesper. Admirals probably happy to just keep it inside Swarm zone. Let the clock tick away, minute 50 left. Gotta wonder, I think I heard an Up the Waz chant going a little bit earlier here.
Of course, the Waz, the West Auckland Admirals, the Waz, also the nickname for the Warriors, our rugby league team here in Auckland.
And Ollie Haig comes in and hits Vesper, taking him down. Kind of maybe if they're not winning on the scoreboard, they're definitely going to try to win on the hits count. And they're sending it up to Fontaine. Last-ditch effort here. He curls up. Sends it down low. Last minute, 18 seconds left. Admirals having it behind the net. Send it up the boards. Ollie Hay takes a hit onto Vesper. He's smiling as he gets hit down. And Kennedy gives Ollie Hay a face wash there. That's literally rubbing it in his face. And Ollie Hay hits his player down again, sending Vesper down. Vesper still laughing about that. Happy to take it as you take a lot of lumps and bruises in the game, especially when it's semifinals action. All right, Swarm coming back in. Fontaine gains the line. 40 seconds left. Over to McLeish. McLeish has him behind the net. Atwell's on him. He elects to just pass it around to the Zamboni door. Kind of a good play because it's a bit of a Bermuda Triangle. It kind of gets lost over there.
Yeah, you get some wacky bounces off that Zamboni door.
And Houlihan winds up, hits his own man down in front of the net. Atwell, that is not going to feel very nice.
Yeah, you don't have much padding back there.
And Atwell and Rooney are going at it. Oh, Polozov taking
What
on
a
Rooney.
save by
No, we got a
Chubba.
bit of a fight going on. Polozov spilling over onto Rooney. That's not okay. Houlihan steps in. As we got many fights happening all over the show. As Remy Sandoy is trying to challenge a guy. Whitson Lee takes him down. You got a 2-on-1 there. Polozov's got someone. McLeish has got Atwell on his back.
See, good sportsmanship
Literally.
from Grace skating over to congratulate Chubba as the two teams get into a scrap.
Yeah, the last 10 seconds.
I thought for a
Swarm
second we were going to have a
definitely
goalie
boiling over.
fight with her skating over there.
Yeah, she's just congratulating him. Kind of being pretty set. Oh, and Sandoy just sends down the Admiral. And this is getting a little bit out of hand here, as you see. Tempers are getting out of control with Sandoy trying to take on everybody here.
Yeah, we might see some suspensions going into next
This
season.
could carry over into next season as Hoofnagel and Moses are still battling. They got a hold of each other. And they break away from each other.
Grace being the peacemaker, skating over there, congratulating her opponents. Great sportsmanship from her. You can hear the Admiral fans booing
Just
at Admiral.
booing towards the Botany Swarm players. A bit of old-time hockey happening here. It's not something you
we don't see
wanna
many fights
encourage.
here in
No,
New
you hardly
Zealand.
ever see it. But you're right, this could have some carryover effect. If you're the referees, you'd be wise to just end the game here. Or if you do, drop the puck and let the time expire, not even having any more gameplay. The game's pretty much done. Let's wrap it up and get it on with it.
Yeah, there's not much point in
What else are you going to
continuing
have?
at
This could
stage.
just boil over. All the benches are all standing up. Swarm guys want to probably go retreat to the locker room.
I'm curious to see if this might spill over into BHL, the summer hockey league that we have. As
I
a
wouldn't
lot
even
of
be
these
thinking
players,
about that right now. Yeah, they will play against each other.
Yeah, a lot of these guys play against each other. Hopefully they can sort out their differences before that. Don't have any stuff going on in the summer league.
Yeah, we'll see what the referee decision is here. I mean, there was a lot potentially to call. They've elected now the Swarm. I can see that Connor Parr has got all his gear back on and gone onto the rink. And Harrison's making her way off of the rink. I'm not sure what this is going to accomplish.
Oh, it looks like Harrison has been ejected for crossing the
Oh,
halfway
she's been
line.
ejected. That's what it is.
Oh, I think in that situation, I think the referee needs to use some discretion.
Like, come on, have some judgment on that.
Yeah, I think we've seen some questionable calls. I think that's not great to see Grace get ejected there. And she's actually, I think, is Grace on the Admiral side of the bench.
Well, no, she's actually on the Swarm side.
She's
It
just having a sit
appeared
there.
She's sitting on the division in between the
Oh, I
benches.
see. We
'cause
can see on the camera
that's
from our
all
point
that-
of view. It looked
yeah,
like
it
she
does
was.
look like she's sitting in
looked
the
like
Admiral's
she
bench.
joined the other team. No, yeah, it was good of Grace to be the peacemaker there. I think it's the wrong decision to send her off. Ignore the rules sometimes.
But look, this game has still not officially finished. We are waiting for the last 10.4 seconds as the referees sort out this brouhaha that's happened in the last 10. I mean, it doesn't seem to be very hard. All you got to do is finish these penalties, okay, drop the puck, or just wash the game. I mean, you got 10 seconds. What difference is that going to make entirely overall? The Admirals fans are waiting to celebrate. The Botany Swarm fans are just sitting down kind of like dumbfounded. What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't think
it says a tie game. Like if you look at the score clock, it's got Swarm 4, Admirals 4. That's weird. And then on aggregate, it's 8-4. So I can understand the entire confusion. If you're just kind of tuning in, or as a Botany Swarm fan, you've sat in this game, you're like, the game's tied 4-4. Why are they fighting?
Yeah, it must be a little bit confusing for some of the newer hockey fans here who might not realize why the Swarm pulled their goalie in that situation when they were up. So it's because we're doing aggregate scoring So aggregate is 8-4 now for the Admirals. Of course, the Swarm would need to score 4 goals in 10 seconds. There's no way that could happen. I think even if the Admirals were trying to put it in their own net, even if they were shooting on their own net, it's not going to happen. We're seeing on the camera here now 20 years of ice for Andy Hay. So we saw the Hay 20
that's what that's
balloons
for.
up there.
Been playing the game since 2005.
So congrats to Andy Hay for a great career. I'm sure you're not happy about the results here this
not
weekend.
Currently, but he has played an enormous amount, and huge congratulations from
big props to the Hay family. Bedrock of hockey here in New Zealand. If I remember correctly, aren't they the family that got Justin Daigle into the Admiral squad? Or am I misremembering my history? I know there was
I'm not entirely sure on that one.
I know it was one of the hockey families noticed him at a cafe, noticed his accent, and asked him if he played hockey. I don't remember if it was the Hay family.
It could have been, possibly.
Or maybe one of the other big hockey families here in New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Other hockey history is the Hays were in zone to be playing for the Admirals when they first started the league. And they were starting to decide, okay, where's the border, where's the lines for if you're going to be eligible to play for the West Auckland Admirals team or then the South Auckland Swarm. So they were meant to be with the Admirals, in fact, but Andy Hay has played his entire NZIHL career with the Botany Swarm. And the Hay family, if you ever visit in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada,
I see.
There.
Sorry, a correction in the chat. It was the Ellis family that got Daigle playing for the Admirals.
I didn't really want to correct you. You were doing real well there.
Oh, sorry.
I appreciate people keeping us all honest here.
I've only been in New Zealand for 10 years. I don't know my New Zealand hockey history as well as you do. So, you played for the Swarm and the Admirals back in the day, right?
Never. No, I never played for the Admirals. I've only ever played for the Botany Swarm. And
I just can't get my hockey history right.
Nah, well, if you want some, just have a look at the banners over on that wall by the Hive, and then that could indicate.
Yeah, the 2011, 2010, 2008, 2007 championships for the Swarm. Were you on all 4 of those teams?
Yes, I was.
I'm sure that was the main deciding factor.
I will let that speak for itself.
They could use you back for a bit of experience, maybe to keep the hotter heads cool in these sort of games.
I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. That's very kind. Yeah, 10 seconds of a difference. Yeah, I don't know, four goals.
Yeah, in this situation, I don't know if you could coach him into a win, but so we see a 5-minute power play.
We're going to play on, so only one penalty has been called, and that's against, who do you think? The Swarm, unfortunately, and that time will tick down, and the Admirals have got it in the corner, and that will officially do it. The game has now wrapped up. The horn goes, and that is it. The West Auckland Admirals semi-final champions, I should say winners. They're not champions of the league. They are heading down to the grand final in Queenstown to play up against the Sky City Stampede. And that all starts on Friday of next week.
That's right. What a battle we saw between these two teams this weekend. It's been an excellent series. There's been goals, there's been rough stuff, there's been good defensive play. I've loved to watch it. Hope you enjoyed to watch it too. And the Swarm, they would like to thank Burger King for sponsoring their season. Hope you enjoyed this whopper of a game, this whopper of a series.
Yes.
So big thank you to Burger King for their support of the Swarm this season. We can see the Admirals fans who came out in force today supporting their team, giving the cheers to their squad who are heading down to Queenstown to represent Auckland in the finals against the Stampede. Both teams now getting ready for that handshake line.
Yeah, the bittersweet ending to what has been a fantastic season, and what a set of finals. Overall, 12 goals scored, 4 by the Swarm, 8 in total by the Admirals, which means the Admirals will be heading down to that grand final.
That's right. We had a great game today. Potentially the Swarm could have laid down and just let the Admirals dominate, but they came in here and they came to play.
Yeah, for sure. We just saw a real good moment too with Gareth McLeish and Alexander Polozov, long-time frenemies, I guess you would particularly call them, as they battled long, hard games against each other.
Yeah, both great guys. Love Gary McLeish. He's such a funny and positive guy. Great guy to have in the dressing room. Not surprised. He's
very
giving props to
knowledgeable too. So yeah, again, the customary handshakes for this time as Janssen comes and gives the handshakes to the Admirals coaching staff, and you see Sistroni there coming together with Atwell, Andy Hay just in front of him.
Yeah, good to see tempers have cooled down a bit. Both teams being respectful in that handshake line, giving congratulations to the Admirals for a well-deserved series win.
Yeah, so again, on behalf of all of the crew, from our camera folks all the way through to our director, Michael Domigan.
Our director just getting ready to do an interview.
He's going to do another interview. Okay, well, you know what? He's never off the clock. That man just doesn't stop.
That's Michael Domigan, who is operating the camera, now has set up the camera, is going to rush down there
Yeah,
and
the
get
marketing
one last
and league
interview.
director. He's pretty much doing it all. We are an amateur league down here in New Zealand, and we do the absolute best that we can.
That's right.
We love bringing this action to you. We've got an amazing live stream crew, and we are very much so looking forward to the finals for this 2024 season, Bartek.
That's right. As Michael gets ready for his interview, so as you mentioned, it is an amateur league. We operate with a lot of volunteers doing these sort of jobs. So thank you, Michael Domigan, operating the camera, Josh Kretschmar running our live stream, all the other volunteers, Kelly Schultz, Natalie DeVere on the Admirals, the coach, Cam Stephen, all dedicating their time to bring you this exciting hockey action. And we have Matt Kennedy and Quinton on the Swarm bench. I'm not as familiar with the Swarm volunteers. I'm not sure if you know them personally, but thank you to the Swarm volunteers as well, all the rink staff who made this weekend possible and this season possible.
Yes, so I guess on that note, if we are having an interview, we'll just double check with Josh to confirm if that's going to happen. There's definitely a lot of emotions happening right now. You know, especially for the Admirals, they are victories in this particular moment. They'll be wanting to get ready and geared up for the finals, whereas the season has now finished for the Botany Swarm. So they'll take some customary photos, some pictures with family, as Justin Daigle just came in front of us and gave us a nice wave to the fans. And
big cheers for Justin Daigle from the Admirals fans.
Leading the way, literally, so.
Yeah, he's been a great captain for the team, very level-headed, has played really high-level hockey. We're getting an interview now with Michael Domigan.
Justin, grand finals bound. Semi-finals completed, grand finals bound. How does it feel?
Yeah, good. You know, we're happy with the way we played and performed and executed our systems and what we wanted to do. So now, you know, job's halfway done. We just got to go down there and do the same thing next weekend.
And tell me, what's that sense of anticipation like, knowing it's against the Sky City Stampede? Bit of a mixed season, tough opponents this year. What's that sense of anticipation like?
Yeah, no, we're excited. You know, you work all season to get a chance to play for the Burgle, and you know, we're going to put our best foot forward, have a good week of training, and get ready to go down and do our job.
And what's your message to the fans that turned out in droves this weekend? Maybe those who can't make it next weekend for the grand final. What's your message to those fans?
Oh, just unbelievable. You know, without their support, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. And it's just so cool to see everybody here showing up to support us. And I know there'll be a lot of fans watching the live stream cheering for us. So we feel that. We want to ride that momentum and feed off that energy. So got the best fans in the league as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thanks very much, Justin. Congrats again on the win, and see you next week in Queenstown.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael.
Yep, congratulations to the Admirals for the big win in this series. So maybe to wrap up, do you want to pick some 3 stars for this game, or this series maybe?
Oh, man, that's not my thing. I'll let the viewers do that. No, really, I just enjoy commentating the live action. If you can reflect afterwards, you can let us know in the comments who you thought the 3 stars were. Well deserved. I mean, one of them you could possibly pick. Justin Day, you could pick a whole handful of different players from either side and make arguments for them.
I think as we discussed during one of the intermissions, I think Cam Stephen deserves a lot of credit. Maybe a 3rd star. He's not a player, he's the coach, but I think his coaching really stood out in this series. He had a game plan, executed really well. We saw some good tactical adjustments as well from him, moving from a really high-pressure 3-4 checker system to a neutral zone trap to really stifle the Swarm in that second period. Excellent coaching by Cam Stephen.
Yeah, so what Justin said, the game plan is only halfway accomplished. They're in the final now, so they have still a job to do, and that's they want to hoist the Burgle Cup, so they're going to be up against a great opponent in the Sky City Stampede, who have been waiting to see the result of this weekend so they can get ready. Now they know who they're playing, and it's reset button for them. And Cam Stephen, yep, great coaching. They're going to have to keep that up all this week so they can maintain that and finish the job as Justin has put it. So
And maybe before we go, so as you pointed out, so Polozov gave his stick away to a young Admirals fan.
Yeah.
So great sportsmanship from Polozov. You know, those sticks are not cheap in New Zealand. They don't get their sticks for free. The players have to pay for their equipment. So really nice gesture from Polozov, giving away his stick to a rival.
Yeah, really nice
fan.
way to finish and to end. So again, thank you very much, anyone and everyone who has been watching. And we'll sign off now. So ka kite, stay safe out there.